Hey, good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to our Saturday morning Coffee Success Zoom presentation training from London. My name is James Sanderson, and I'm going to be your host for the first hour, and then we've got Erin O'Toole, who's going to be the host after that. I don't know if you noticed that was Brighton, a video of Fatboy Slim performing in Brighton. So we're going to be there in a few weeks' time. So I don't think it won't be quite as crowded as that on the beach, but it's still going to be epic. And we're in town, so it's going to be super exciting. So we've got an amazing program today, and the theme is Move Millions. So it's what we do. We move people's lives, we change people's lives in so many different ways, and Juice Plus is totally and utterly unique. So I've been involved with the company now for 35 years, and I feel like we've only just begun, or we haven't even really begun at all, because we are reaching a relatively small number of people, and we have so much more yet to do. So it's super exciting. And this is the right place to be. We're in the right place at the right time. So it's my enormous pleasure to introduce to you our first speaker, and she's here. I'm so sorry, last month she was here, but we had a glitch with the program. So anyway, but Sue is so absolutely amazing. Every time she comes on, she just brings such a fresh perspective on everything to do with our business. So it's so exciting. So, nutritionist for over 30 years, Sue is. She's running clinics in Cardiff and London, and she's been taking Juice Plus for almost 17 years, but I think it's a little bit longer than that now. So it's my enormous pleasure to introduce to you the fantastic Sue Worrell.
Hello, what a build-up. Thank you very much. 22 years plus now on Juice Plus. So yes, keeping going. So today I've got a lot to tell you. I've been listening to Lisa Peebles, and I've got some extra bits and pieces for you to listen to and to tell you about, and how you can use it to promote and to get people to understand just how special our Juice Plus is. So why do our bodies love Juice Plus? Why does everybody's body love and Juice Plus when you use it? So we know about the increasing toxins. Misha Ray talked about this years ago, and it's still going on. It's worse than ever now. So we know we need it. We know that the biggest problems are the heart disease, cancers, diabetes, and obesity touches all of those. We know this is going on in the world today more than ever. And we know the Juice Plus fruits and vegetables, and all fruits and vegetables, not just good for us, but they actually save our lives in many cases and help us live longer, more active lives, which is really important. And the latest study in, I think it's Australia, the study, it actually says that we need much more than 5 a day. And in the UK, we barely manage 5 a day. I think it's 2.2 in Wales and 2.1 in Scotland. So we're not very good at it. We need Juice Plus more than ever. So why is our product so brilliant? All these things are in the hub now, and the hub is getting better and better. They just need a little bit better index, and then we can find them easier. But all these key facts are in the hub. But what I want to tell you as well is that with every product, Juice Plus company has an end goal to what that product needs to deliver. And when they introduce new products, or when they change existing products, they change them for a reason, and they go right back and make sure at every point that it delivers exactly what they wanted to deliver to the people and to the people's health. A good example of this is the lemon peel that was introduced in the capsules a couple of years ago. They went back to make sure that the lemon peel introduced enough folic acid, enough folate, that the folic acid did. And the reason they did it is because studies were showing that lemon peel contains natural folate, and it's from vitamin B9. And this is much more bioavailable to our bodies and a much better way to get our folate. Really important, especially for pregnant mothers. And so Juice Plus changed it. They are on top of everything all the time. And all the results of the Juice Plus, it always has to be safe, high quality, and provide long-term health. In every product they do. So these are the key facts. And what we know is that it will bridge the gap between what we are eating and what we should be eating. And no matter how good we are, we're still not eating enough fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. So it is mega important that we do this. And the reason why it's important is because if you supplement it, you've got to supplement it with something our body can actually tolerate and it can absorb. These are the best benefits, and you can use these when you're posting. You can use these to tell people more about Juice Plus. But why we are vastly different from traditional products is because we use whole fruits and vegetables and berries, and nobody else does that, not in the way that we do it.
Sue, we can't see your presentation.
Oh no! Oh no! No! Hang on a second.
We can't see your presentation.
Okay, sorry. Let me
No
just.
worries.
Let me just reshare it.
There we go.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so
presentation, yeah, we just see like a lot of colors.
Let me do it again and stop and reshare. I don't know why this is not working. Oh, my Zoom has been brilliant. I'm all over the world, and I go to do this one, and it's not working. It makes me cross. Share.
There we go. Brilliant.
Is it there now?
Yep.
All right. Great. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that. So I like to impress the benefits of the things we want to be sharing when we want to get people on the project. So these are the benefits, and they're on all these beautiful leaflets that are in, and some of them are very new, and they're all in the hub. So what I was just saying is why that our product is so different to everybody else's products, that we do use actual fruits, vegetables, and berries, and they're just minimally processed and dehydrated. And when you put all these together and encapsulate them, this is what gives this really special orchestra effect. And this is why it makes a big difference. And then they take one step more. The farmers actually choose the best variety of product. Great example is the cranberries. They use the Belder variety, which has got more polyphenols and more in it. More expensive to grow, but Juice Plus wants the best. And that happens in every single one of the fruit, veg, and berries that they use in there. So those little capsules are really powerful. You put all that in, you minimally process it, and you've got all that amazing goodness. And that's why our product shines above everybody else's. So if you haven't got these leaflets, make sure you get them and use the benefits to highlight it to your customers or potential customers. Juice Plus Healthy Starts, everybody knows about that. If you're new on the call today, make sure whoever introduced you tells you all about it. Makes a huge difference when you can give it to the children, because if children never eat fruits and vegetables, their body never learns to crave it. And there's a great leaflet on that in there. So the tubers, one thing I want to say on there, it does have some sugar in it, but it's minimal. There's quite a bit of fiber and the other ingredients, and it slows it down. And it's just a little chunk of energy. It has nothing to do with the sugar that you get from eating Haribos or other sweets or even Mars bars and chocolate sweets. It's not the same sugar, and it doesn't give them a horrible sugar rush. It is just a means of getting it so they'll actually take it, because you can give them the best product in the world, and if they won't eat it, it's not going to help. So these are the things that are good to know in the gummies, the soft chewables. Make sure you know those, and make sure you share what it says in there. And all the lovely things we have in the capsules are in the chewables. So if there are adults who can't use the chewable, the capsules, please make sure they have double the soft chews. And that's the great leaflet on that. Omegas, I absolutely love the omegas. The omegas are really special. And one of the best things to highlight and to showcase how our products are different to the rest is the omega study. The first omega study showed that half the amount of omega and with half the time, the study showed that people taking much higher doses, twice as much and twice as long, they got the markers for omega-3 and the benefits, all the benefits of omega-3. So that just shows just how powerful and how potent our products are. And by the way, the nutraceutical laboratory that produces our omegas used to make other products as well for other companies. They don't make it for anything else now because the Juice Plus Omega production has taken all their 4 lines down where they produce going from the oils to the capsule. Excuse me. I've got a frog in my throat this morning. Quick slurp of uplift and I'm good. So yeah, we've taken this over because we do not want to run out of omegas. They are mega important. What the oils they contain as well, they also contain as well as 3, 7, and 9, and vitamin D and zinc and all the other things that are listed there. And that also helps the body synergistically absorb it, use it, and make a difference. So really important. And then the other things like zinc, which contributes to DNA synthesis, and lutein, which is important for lots of things, and lycopene, which is really a good protection for our body. And the biggest thing about it, I think, is that we do not interrupt our oceans, and we do not interrupt the fish life or use fish. The algae that they use is the most purest form of omega-3. It's called Schizochitrum. They grow it outside the oceans. It's not cheap to grow, but it's best quality. And that's one of the other things that makes it stand out from all the other products. Brilliant leaflet on that, tells you all the things I've just told you. Pick it up and download it so you have it handy. Our macronutrient shakes, I've been using them for a long time now with all sorts of different people, from children to high-end athletes, and they are so versatile. And with the new flavors now, no one can say that they don't like them or they're not palatable. So they have great protein in them. They have fantastic fiber, and most of us are short of fiber these days, and they're made very pristinely and very cleanly. So this is a great slide for that. It just tells you everything. This is from one of the Juice Plus presentations. You can get it yourself. It just tells you everything about them. And also these new handout leaflets now, they've got one on each product. I don't think they're all in the same place, or they weren't, but they will be, I'm sure, soon. But it's great to be able to have that and to have it on the bars and the soups as well. They're all part of the macronutrient. I love the soups, just about to order some more for myself. In the winter, I practically live off them. I take them out, and if I'm meeting someone in somewhere like Starbucks, I just have water without a tea bag and have my soup. It's got all the fantastic ingredients, tastes delicious. And I'll use it as thickener for cooking as well, for casseroles, etc. Sorry, I had loads of Zooms yesterday. I'm losing my voice. So then, this is a fairly new leaflet available on the hub. Uplift, can't live without Uplift. It is just amazing. I have at least one a day. Sometimes I have 2 a day. If I've got late Zooms, I have 2 a day. It's just brilliant. Someone told me a trick about that. I'm not too keen on the cherry. I got fed up with the cherry taste. So if you put a tiny bit of cranberry juice in it, I think it tastes better for it. It's great. So again, it's got all these amazing key fats and important B vitamins. So if you, I was reading the other day that since COVID, 50% of women have trouble with menstrual cycle or menopause. And they're looking into why this has happened, but it's definitely a change since COVID and the COVID and the vaccines together, what went in our bodies. And this is really good because women need all these B vitamins. They're super good for us because it does lots of the process and systems and affects our hormones. So it's really good to have some uplift, and it gives you lovely long energy, not just a quick burst of energy that just gives you a dip after. I don't use this a lot. I have used it with a couple of people who have a lot of weight to lose. And I've also used it with some people who've got very high cholesterol. The fiber in it is fantastic. It's glucomannan, which is a complete root of absolute fiber, and it's really good for adding fiber in. So it's more than one trick. Everything Juice Plus makes, they try to make it beneficial to all our systems and to all work synergistically. Perform, I love Perform. It's a very clever product, Perform. It's the latest product, and it's a lot of clever things and clever a synergistic pattern they put in there, because they've now added the vitamin D as well. and B5 and the other B vitamins. So that's already in the protein. And as long as you're okay with soy protein, I think in America they've got a non-soy one now, but soy is brilliant. There's nothing wrong with soy. It's just as long as it's made properly. And Juice Plus are really keen on farming theirs, and it's made. They grow their own soy, especially for the project. So it's nothing. It's a completely different animal to the cheap, horrible soy, and the genetically modified soy. Our soy is pristine, and it's the only vegetarian protein that provides all the amino acids we need. I just see that slide's gone off the bottom. Apologies for that, because there's something really special about the Perform, and that is that it provides better collagen production for our bodies to produce its own collagen production. It does that better than any of the beauty collagens that you can pay hundreds of pounds for, because of what's in the proteins and the vitamin C and the things that go to make collagen. The combination in there is proven to get the body to produce a really good quality and amount of collagen, which is mega important for us and for our skin. We have unique certification and science on our project. The certification is really important. And the reason it's important is because we have to have things certified, and it gives the Juice Plus a challenge, because in different countries, the regulations are different. A good example of this is that the allowance of vitamin D in any product in America is 20 milligrams rather, and in the UK it's only 5, and then in Europe it's 7.5. So they could put more vitamin D in ours, which would be lovely, but not allowed in the UK, because that's the allowance, and the certification wouldn't work if we went against the country's allowances. It's really important for athletes. I work with a lot of athletes, and the sports certification goes the one step further. It doesn't only ensure that the ingredients in Juice Plus are exactly what it says in there. The amount is exactly what it says in there. They are active ingredients, and there are no other hidden nasty ingredients or any toxins in there. That's what certification does. And in the sports certification, it actually looks for banned substances for them as well. So I work with a lot of athletes, some in the Paralympics, and when they won, they were marched off immediately for testing, and they know that when they in their competitions or when they perform, they know that they're safe. They're not going to be pulled one side. So very important for athletes. Our science is absolutely unique. There is no other project on the market that does the science and has a number of research studies that we have. We have all these brilliant studies. There are 41 studies now, and they're so impressive because it sets us apart as a project. We have the most robust and the most researched food than any other food on the market today. It's also extensively researched by the Juice Plus company before it's released. So this product is so well tested. All the products are so well tested. Compared to any other products on the market, the studies showcase what the Juice Plus actually does. And it's that what the results show are much more pronounced than in other studies on other products, and more robust. And by robust, it means that they stand up to high scrutiny. So we can have really good confidence when we say our studies are brilliant. I see people online dissing the studies, and just say to them, show me your studies that are better with good results, and I'll have a look at your product. But they are fantastic, believe me. Tower Garden is amazing. Mine's still stripped. I'm desperate to get my salads back in. I'm going to do a lot of winter salads this time. They are fantastic, and they are a great showcase for the rest of the projects. We've been going since 1970. Our mission statement's still the same. We've been a bit corporate for a while. We are back, the company with a heart, and everything is a great time at the moment. I'm sure James will agree. So also give back, and if you want to know more about what the charities it supports, go and have a look at the American site. And that's me. Thank you very much.
Wow, Sue, that was absolutely incredible. And as usual, you just give us so much fantastic background information and so much really, really poignant facts and things that just, well, a lot of the time we've never heard before. So that was just super exciting. So share your love with Sue in the chat. If you would, please just thank her so much. It does take so much effort to put these together. And Sue always does that so beautifully.
My pleasure. Just one thing quickly. This is fantastic. We've all had some. Please share it. It even mentions things like homocysteine, which is really important and no one else talks about. This is the best leaflet we've had for years. Everybody should have one. Give them to every new person you bring on. Absolutely, really brilliant.
Great, Sue. Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, share the love with Sue, please. Absolutely fantastic. So we're now moving on to our next speaker, and I think she's on. I'm pretty sure she will be. I saw this wonderful woman speaking in London at our London event, which Erin O'Toole hosted last month. And I just was blown away by her. I just thought, wow, this woman's presence, her ability to communicate, her passion for the business and for the product was just unmatched. And I just thought we absolutely have to have her on. So here she is. And she's an absolute gem. So I'm going to introduce her to you now. I'm going to introduce to you the wonderful Rhiannon. And she's an IMD, and a number of people will know her, incredible woman. She lives in Pembrokeshire in West Wales. She's the mother of two twin boys, aged 12. She's been in the business for 9 years. She's an IMD, as I said. She loves what she does. And she's helping others achieve their health and lifestyle goals and driving their business forward to achieve whatever they want out of life. So please, everybody, give a big Zoom welcome, big welcome on the chat to the incredible Rhiannon. So Rhiannon, the stage is yours.
Good morning, good morning. How is everybody? Hope we are all good. Thank you for that amazing introduction, James. I better deliver now, right? Okay, so thank you for the love in the chat as well, guys. And well done you for getting on this on a Saturday morning, right? There are a lot of distractions in the world that we could be out doing something else. If you're on here listening on the go with an earphone, or if you're sat at home and you've cancelled plans, well done you. And just thank you to James, Erin, Sarah, you know, all you guys that show up and put this on every month. We are super grateful for you. So my topic today is talking about my daily focus to make a fortune. So when I looked at the topic, James just gave it to me. I was like, right, how do I pull this apart? And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. There is no secret recipe to making a fortune in our business. And what I would say, obviously, nearly been in the business for 10 years, it is so easy to overcomplicate what it is we need to do, right? There is a lot of noise out there from people who are coaches. There is noise out there from other companies. There is just a lot of noise generally day to day, right? That can take away our distractions. They can make us feel distracted, and they create a lot of noise. And sometimes you can think, right, I need to be going to do this, or I need to learn from this person, or I need to go and do this. And actually, guys, what we need to make sure that we're doing at the core of what we love is looking after our mindset and always being in mindset growth mode. I think that is absolutely crucial in our business. We need to be looking after ourselves and living a life with balance, taking our products and using them properly, so that we feel passionate and we have good energy when we're sharing them, okay? There is a difference when you take the product, and there is a difference when you take the product and you live the mission, because you feel it in your core. And then when you're sharing it with people, the passion goes out, and then you're attracting people, they come towards you, and that is how we get new customers on board. And then the other thing that we need to be doing as well is looking after our mindset, always growing our mindset, always looking after our health and lifestyle, is obviously taking the action behind the scenes, okay? Because if we grow our mindset, we feel great. And then, of course, we look after our health and lifestyle, we feel great. But if we are not communicating to people, whether that's online or offline, we have the beauty of doing both, choosing what works for us. We get to choose how we run our business, right? If we are not sharing this with somebody every single day, then we are really not growing our business. So we need to think about what we are doing in terms of action. If you are using social media, which many of us do, how lucky are we to have social media? When some of these guys started, there was DVDs going through post boxes and stuff, and really I do think it social media can honestly makes us a bit lazy, because we have a tool in the palm of our hands where we can grow a global business, right? And almost so easy that it's then, oh, I'll do it later, oh, I won't do it. And people used to go door to door, and I really always remember that. And I think if you can't be you haven't got the energy someday to open up your messenger on Facebook or inbox and send some messages, these guys had to go knocking on doors, right? So we need to be grateful that we can sit at home in our pajamas on our sofa in the evening with our children around, etc., and really have that kind of wake-up call. And I always think of that. If I'm in that position, because it happens to us all, I just have to think about that. And I'm thinking, okay, we should be so grateful. I need to get to work, right? So I'm going to dive into the 3 sections in a bit more depth. So it's easy to say, grow your mindset. Let me know in the chat, guys, because I actually came into the business, and for the first couple of years, it wasn't something that my upline at the time was invested in. And I remember hearing, little bits and pieces. I think it's talked about so much more now. But when I came into the business, it wasn't a thing. It's nothing I heard of from uplines, etc., when I first came into the business. So I started hearing things like the words personal development and self-development, and I was like, what does this mean? I haven't even got a clue. So that's kind of where my knowledge was at. I spent the first couple of years in the business without even knowing what it was. So I was really starting to, from the ground zero, I guess, of like not knowing anything or what to do. What does that even mean? Asking Google, and just really that's kind of where I started with it. So if I explain to you guys a little bit more, but yeah, let me know in the chat group whether this is something that you are heavily invested in growing your mindset and you know what to do, or is it something that's new for you? Is it something you've newly started? I would say my focus on growing my mindset has only really come since the commitment of it, since Harrogate, if I'm completely honest. And I really started getting up early, making sure I did a morning routine. And that can look so different for other people as well. So don't be put off by the thought of somebody spends an hour on their morning mindset routine and you think, I haven't got an hour. My kids are up at 5 a.m. when I'm getting up. I literally do not have a window, but you can take 10 minutes, okay? So there is different things that you can do. And there is also different things that work for some and not for others. And I think it's really important to know what works for you. I love you. Yeah, you guys are on it. Brilliant. Lots of different, there's lots of different ways. So I will give some examples of things that you can do. Meditation. Who does meditation? I find this so hard because my brain is like a washing machine. It is so busy. And I'm like, can I even take 2 minutes to sit and be calm? I find it really difficult because there is just so much going on all the time. But even just allowing yourself 2 minutes can make such a massive difference. It's really important to kind of ground yourself and then be able to go again. Something that I find really helpful for me is journaling. So I will just journal and write down thoughts and feelings, and it can be about absolutely anything. Writing about your goals and your vision and what you want your future to look like, and talk about it in the present term. Very, very important. And you can almost write this down and then just reread it in the morning, because there is nothing more that sets my soul on fire. When I read that, I'm like, oh my God, let's go. So I tend to do that last, because once I've done that, I love to get into action mode. I wouldn't be able to reread my vision and then meditate, because that would just not work. So that's really important to do. Listening to a morning motivation on YouTube. So if you just tap in morning motivation on YouTube, there are so many. And I will just, if I have 10 minutes, I will just pick one that's 10 minutes long and I will listen to it. If you can take notes when you're doing that, absolutely do that. If you can't and you're really busy, and this is a really good thing to do if you are super busy and you don't have time to sit and journal and meditate and things like that, you can literally listen to a morning meditation when you're making lunch boxes, when you're doing the school run, when you're out for a walk, when you're doing the washing up, absolutely. My mum says to me, you need to get a dishwasher, and I say no, because that would take away my morning motivation time. So that's always something that's really, really crucial for me. So we do all have those little snippets of time. It is just making sure that we really make it a priority, because when we are, it's like putting your helmet on, okay? So every day you get up and you put your helmet on. If I don't put my helmet on by doing my morning routine, and that can look different for me on day to day, but I make sure my morning motivation listening is a non-negotiable. That has to be done every single day. And then if I can listen to things like podcasts, if I have time for reading books, reading really, really good. Again, I struggle with it, but it's a good challenge for me, you know, because yeah, I think they're really good, and obviously podcasts are great too. But yeah, I think it's crucial that we are putting on our helmet, because if you wake up and you go straight onto your social media without doing anything for your mindset, you can see something on your social media and it could put you in a really off mood really fast, because when we wake up in our mornings, our brains are so susceptible, and we could see something on our newsfeed that isn't even talking to us, but we take it on and it puts us off. It already sets us up in a negative way for the day. If you get up and you look after your mindset and you see the same thing, it won't even affect you. You won't even look at it the same way. So make sure, if you can, go and put your helmet on before you start your day. Just give yourself that 10 minutes, guys, because we all deserve it. So hopefully on the mindset side of things, that is really going to help you. And that is definitely one area that we need to focus on in order to be making a fortune from our business. So next is the health and lifestyle side. It's so easy, isn't it, to say, yeah, just look after your health and lifestyle. But what does that look like for you? Our products are absolutely incredible and so versatile that we can use them for lots of different benefits, and our journey from one to the other can be so different. So it's really about thinking about, what is our journey? Who are we inspiring? What kind of person are we wanting to bring towards us? How are we going to really help them? And it's about really being honest and thinking, am I living the mission? You know, and the exercise side of things obviously goes into the mindset side of things as well. Very important. And I would say it doesn't mean you have to be a gym bunny and go 5, 6, 7 times a week. For me, that started out looking like 10,000 steps a day, you know, so it's just maybe looking at your step goal and just increasing that, and really just focusing on what your journey is and not what someone else's is, and just improving that from where you are and moving obviously forward in that direction. And I think, you know, like I said earlier, we can take the product, but we can live the mission as well. And that's where the difference comes down to with the health and lifestyle side of things. So where did I go with this? I wrote all these notes and I haven't even read them. Yes. So obviously with the health and lifestyle side of it, you know, it gives us the energy, doesn't it? Because when we are feeling good in ourselves, that's obviously when we show up as our absolute best. And then when we're doing that, we obviously have the passion for helping others too, because we kind of bring an army together and we go, let's go do this. Okay. So it obviously makes a really good business, because then obviously we make good content and stuff as well. So hands up if you've ever, maybe you can share, guys, if you've ever felt a bit rubbish and then you've put up a post, if you use social media, and then you're like, oh, I want to take that post down, that's so terrible, or I hope people don't notice that I'm feeling like rubbish today, right? And we know, and it's so strange, because it's so strange, and your audience can know. You can put some social media content out and you think, oh, flag this is fine, people aren't going to know, but they do. And it's so strange, because even if you see one another, like before, team members, each other, I got muted. You can say to someone, you're not okay, are you? Because we can pick up on each other's content and you think, oh, their energy's down, I need to reach out to them and see if they're okay. And that is exactly how we're perceived from our audience as well, whether they're in the team or not. So when we look after our health and lifestyle, when we're looking after our mindset, guess what? They're like, oh my God, I just want the energy that girl has got. How do I join you? I don't care what it is. I need that product. How come you're feeling good on a Saturday morning and I feel run over from the week before? Let me tell you. So those things obviously compounded, it's going to give you the energy. And then your content is going to be really good. You know when someone's good because they're doing lives, they're doing reels, they're doing the stuff, maybe, you know when they feel good, they do, and when they don't. So obviously looking after our health and lifestyle is absolutely crucial for what we do, and living the mission thoroughly. So obviously the last point obviously here now is taking the action, because like I said earlier, we can do the mindset stuff, we can live the mission, but if we are not reaching out to people, if we are not speaking to people, if we are not sharing our amazing products and our amazing business, then our business is obviously not going to grow, and we're not going to be focused on making a fortune. So when you look at it, and this is what I was saying earlier about all the noise out there, when we look at things, it is really, really easy in what we do. You know, we inspire people through growing ourselves, improving ourselves, working on ourselves, sharing our journey. We take people on their journey then. Once they become customers, we take them on their journey, help them get results, help them feel great, and then they want to share their results and come into the business, and we just help duplicate it down. And that really is as simple as it gets. How you do it is totally up to you. You know, like I said, if you use social media, if you don't, if you do reels, if you do lives, if you do posts, whatever it looks like for you, just need to be consistent in what you do and make sure you're talking to people every day, because the business is a vehicle for whatever we want it to be. But at the core of it, we help customers feel great. They come on board and they get results with their product journey. And then they obviously join the team, and then they get results and help other people too. So when we look at it like that, and it's sometimes like a light bulb moment. And I think sometimes, like for me, I've nearly been in the business a decade, you can really start to overcomplicate things. And I think when we're looking at the end of 2023, I think the focus needs to be looking at back to basics. And really, how are we sharing this with other people every day? What are we doing to grow our mindset, look after our health and lifestyle, and how many people are we speaking to every day? And at the core of it, if we block out all distractions, if we focus on that, and we keep it really, really simple, then we will get results. So I think I had a bit of an epiphany last month when I brought in a girl and really just kept it so simple with her. She didn't have loads of training. She didn't have to go and look at this or look at that. I knew that she was feeling incredible from the product, and I just wanted to help her share that. So gave her a simple way that she could share it just through content. And I just said, share what you're doing on your profile, share your lifestyle, share what you're doing, share how you feel and how you felt before. And that's attracted her new customers. She hit Partner Plus last month. And now, because she's hit her first promotion, she's sharing that she joined for £1. How lucky are we? And made £160. And she started the product journey and the business journey at the same time, and just took people on the journey through her social media, speaking to people she knew needed help behind the scenes, then reached her first promotion. And because she's made that extra income, now the people that she spoke to about the business last month said no. Now they're saying yes. So now she's got 2 team members on board too, and aiming towards senior partner. Now, that kind of makes us realize, yes, it is very simple. We don't need all the glitz and glam. She hasn't done the reel. She hasn't done any lives. I tried saying to her, we need to do a double live. And she was like, no, we don't. And I was like, damn, right, I'll try again in a couple of weeks. Because I'm always invested in them, obviously helping them grow and push their comfort zone. So we've always got to see, you know, how we can do that. But maybe a live wasn't right for her, and maybe getting involved with more team calls and just showing up on Zoom, etc. is. So it was important that we're having the hands-on, taking people with us on our journey. But the absolute foundation of it all is when we're helping people grow, we can't forget to grow ourselves. We've got to stay in line, stay in the mission, keep helping other people, and make sure we're hand-holding them to take them where they want to go. And that really, guys, is the key to focusing on making a fortune in our business. Just keep it so simple, block out all distractions, and just end 2023 strong. Thank you so much for having me. Lots of love.
Wow, Rhiannon, that was like fantastic. I mean, you just ooze authenticity. You've got so much enthusiasm, but I just love your points. I mean, I've written really quite a few notes. I love that live the mission. I absolutely love putting the helmet on. I mean, that is just like epic. And just so many great tips. Share the love, everyone, on the chat. Maybe put down your top takeaways. You know, for me, there was just so much there. And this is just brilliant just for life. You know, I mean, this sort of stuff you don't get anywhere else. I mean, no one's going to hear any of this in school, not 1 minute of it in a school curriculum. So this is absolute gold dust, and absolutely tremendous. So, Rhiannon, do you have a guest?
Absolutely do. I'm so excited about this.
Would you like to introduce them?
Yes. Let's bring her on. So we have one of our Scottish queens, Shona. So I asked her if she could speak today, and this is the first time she's spoken properly on a call. And she was like, "Oh my God, Ray!" And I was like, "Come on!" So we've got our t-shirts on. So these are our team t-shirts, which I send out when we get a club qualifier. So when someone hits SP and they become a club qualifier, they get a t-shirt with their own number on. So our team's goal is to reach 100 club. So Shona has her own t-shirt for being a club qualifier. She's a very busy mum of three, but I'll let her tell you all about it. And I'm just so excited for this. Right, can we see her? Who's hosting? Can we unmute Shona, please? Can you see her?
I can unmute myself.
Yes, here we go. Hello, my lovely. How are you?
Oh yes, fine. Lovely.
I'm so excited about this. Shona, will you share a little bit about kind of your background? Your life is so crazy busy, so I'd love you to share a bit about that, and obviously why you got started, why you're here, what you love, and you've achieved.
Okay. So first, the cat's going to walk in front. So first, so I am Shona. I live up in Aviemore in Scotland, so the Highlands of Scotland. I am I've got 3 under 3. So I have boy-girl twins and then a little girl as well. So my twins are 2.5 and my little girl is 1. So I was due to go back to work after having my twins. I was already around 8 weeks pregnant and looking at obviously putting them in a nursery, and then my employer at the time wanted me to work like an hour away from where we live. So I was like, it's like 2 hours on to the nursery fees, like we just cannot afford that, like it's just not feasible. So they made me redundant, which was like, yeah, nice, but also like, oh my goodness, I am pregnant again, how are we actually going to afford to live? And then that's when Ree dropped into my Instagram messages, literally was just like, hey, I see you're a busy twin mum, how are you? And I was like, oh, hi, yeah, crazy but good. And then we built up a relationship, and she was like, oh, has anybody ever spoke to you about working from home? Like she asked obviously about my my background and what had happened. And I think I had literally maybe been redundant for like 4 weeks when we first started speaking. And I was like, oh, I've just been made redundant, like just trying to obviously figure it out. And she was like, oh, have you thought about working from home, like around the kids? And I was like, what is this? Like, what is this magic you speak of? So yeah, so I jumped on it. I was like, well, you know, £50 is more than anything that I would be making just sitting here anyway. So jumped on the opportunity, and I am now senior partner. I have got 2 partner pluses underneath me. I have qualified my business. So here's my t-shirt with my little Scotland flag. Woo! And yeah, like it is just absolutely amazing. I have wrote lots of notes in front of me, so let me just double check that I am ticking everything off. Yes. So yeah, so I am managing to obviously cover my own bills, which is a big thing for being a stay-at-home mum. Obviously my husband is out earning, supporting our family. I'm not needing to lean on him to be like, can you pay my phone bill please? Can you pay like this please? Can you pay that? Like I'm managing to cover my own bills. Also I am growing my business, so I will soon, I know it will be soon, be able to obviously contribute to the house bills, which will be amazing. So yeah, I love that I don't need to lean on him as much as obviously he would be fine with it. And, you know, we are a married couple and everything like that. But it's nice to have my own money and be able to have that security and independence. So yeah, so that's lovely. The future for me is going to be massive. Like I don't know, there's just a change in the air. From I think obviously we're starting the business with being pregnant and having the twins, and my twins were early, like 12 weeks early, so we have a lot of checkups for them, and yeah, like it's just kind of like my life is just really evolving around this business, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it. And yeah, just not being pregnant or having a newborn baby with 18-month-old twins, one of which didn't walk until he was 22 months. So I was having to carry one twin and a newborn baby, and it was a lot at the beginning. Whereas now, obviously, my baby's 1, the twins are 2.5. Like, they're obviously getting to the playing stage rather than just screaming, although they do scream a lot, but they do play as well. So I love it because my mum brain is starting to become a bit clearer and not so much of just that haziness that we all have in the newborn phase. So I can see the future for me, which is amazing, and it's really exciting. And I really, like I keep saying to everybody, I can feel it in my toes. Like I can just feel it in my toes. It's just brilliant. Yeah, so that is the future for me. I am buzzing for it, and I will definitely be growing my business with it. I am coming to Brighton at the end of the month, which is really exciting. So obviously living up in the Highlands of Scotland, it's very difficult to get to a lot of events. So I went to convention last year. So Maddie was 4 months old when I went to convention, and it was the first time leaving her, and it was a whole lot of emotions. But this time I'm like, yes, I'm going to convention, see you later. So yeah, so I am flying down and back on the Saturday, which is just crazy. So my flight's at 7 o'clock, so I'll have to leave my house at around 4:30 maybe, and get to London Gatwick, to then get the train to Brighton, to then literally run from the train station to the Brighton Dome. I have it all mapped out, and I feel like I can just make the entrance, because I don't want to miss the entrance, because obviously that's like the big hype and the big buzz, and I really want to be able to make the entrance. I am going with one of my team members as well, so she is also joining me on the flight down and back. We're crazy up in Scotland. So yeah, I think I need to get up at like 4:30, and I'll probably get home at about 11:30, midnight. I don't know, goodness knows. So yeah, thank God for our great products that help us get lots of energy. So I am in the 90-day game plan that Julie spoke about on last night's call, if you were on that call as well. So that is there's just the energy and the excitement from everybody obviously keeps us all going, and we all have our own DMO that we made ourselves at the beginning of the 90-day challenge, and it's up to us to be disciplined and reach it, because at the end of the day, it's our business. Like, Juice Plus don't care if we don't talk to 10 people a day. Like, it's on us, it's ours. So it's really good to be in a group chat with loads of women who are doing the same, and we're all at different stages, but we're all doing exactly the same, and that's the great thing about this business. So yeah, that's basically me. I think that's everything.
Thank you so much. Woohoo! Thank you, Shona. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see you soon. And now I'll hand back to James. Thank you for having us.
Yes. I mean, look, everyone, share the love with Shona. I mean, it was absolutely epic. And you speak so eloquently, and you just got so many great things to say, and your enthusiasm is boundless. So thank you very, very much for coming on. You're an absolute star. So, and well done with all you're doing. It's absolutely incredible. So thank you very, very much for coming on. And Rhiannon, thank you very much for your wonderful presentation, and also for asking your team member Shona to come on. So that's really wonderful. All right, on we go. So we're coming up to the first hour now, but we've still got an absolutely phenomenal speaker before we move on. Now, we've got Natalie Louise Winter now. Now, look, I mean, I saw Rhiannon speak in the London event, and I've seen Natalie speak twice, and absolutely blown away. Now, sorry, I don't want to build poor Natalie up too much, but she really, really is like incredible. So this is Natalie's bio, just quickly. So I joined the business in 2016 as a fed up new graduate and a new mum, for an extra income alongside my other job and my little boy. I built my business up to SSC level during lockdown, and until recently I was treating this business as a hobby and loved the social life it gave me outside of life I had at home. I recently decided to rebuild my business after attending the Liverpool on Fire at the beginning of this year and started to make the business really seriously, take the business really seriously in February, starting a 90-day game plan. Since then, I've ticked off so many goals. I've been on the company leaderboards for team building, grown my pay line by 6,000, built up my PB legs, spoke on stage in Birmingham, qualified for Stage 1 Rio, and helped so many other women reach their goals in the business. I'm now on a mission to get to MD, and get my seat on that plane to Rio, taking as many girls with me as I can. So Natalie's going to be talking about working the marketing plan, and she's got a big goal to go NMD. I know she's going to do it. And would you give a huge Zoom welcome now on the stage in the chat to Natalie Louise Winter.
Oh, thank you so much, James, for a lovely introduction, and thank you so much for putting these calls on every month as well. I know we all appreciate them so much. They're always amazing. So I hope you're all doing well on this Saturday morning. It's been a brilliant call so far. I've loved it. So like James has just said, I am going to be discussing working the marketing plan, and the way I see the marketing plan is it's a journey. It's one big journey to, you know, your dream life, your destination, what you want that to look like. Maybe that's PMD plus for some of you. It certainly is for most of us, I'm sure. So for me, the vehicle is the business, and we've just got to navigate our way through the marketing plan using this vehicle. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the destination. So you need to know where you're going, because if you don't know where you're going, you're going to be off here, there. For me, that is all about having that really, really strong vision, which is something I talk about so often because it's something I lacked for a very long time. And I think it was only this year that I really tapped into what my vision was, what I really wanted from this business. And that's when I seen that really big success growing and the momentum. So I want you to think about your destination being your dream life. You know, you've got to really reaffirm this to yourself over and over again in order to keep that consistency with your business. So for me, that is having things like a vision board, and I created my first vision board on an actual board, not just on my phone. Like, I actually put effort into it. It was meaningful and it meant something to me. So that was the first thing I did. Another thing that I still do today, every single time I'm feeling maybe I need that little boost in myself, is writing a letter to your future self. So this is outlaying your dream life. So, you know, congratulations, you're NMD, you're on that plane to Rio. What does your dream life look like? And write that in a letter to yourself and read it every single day. Keep on top of your daily affirmations as well, which was something that I introduced and really helped me to reaffirm my vision. So they changed from day to day as well. It could be things like, you know, I am confident, I am speaking on stage, I am a good leader, and I would switch up my affirmations to how I felt and what I needed on that day. And that was a really big game changer for me. And I think just knowing really who you want to help and why will really help your vision. So what do you want your business to look like? Who do you want to bring in? Who do you want to help? And I said on the call last night, a big thing for me is I think you're always the best equipped to help the old version of yourself. So for me, the woman I used to be, why did I need this business? How has this business helped me? And that will really help you to be super intentional with your DMO and with your content if you know who you want to help. And make sure you are goal setting as well. And those goals are like your signposts to that destination. So your vision has got to be strong enough to get you over all these bumps and the rocky moments on the road in your journey. So that's why I think it's really important to kind of have that deeper reason why. And sometimes it is difficult to find that. I never really knew my why for a long, long time. But when I finally had that light bulb moment from, you know, really digging deep, that's when it just all changed for me. And I just think it's really important to know as well that it's not the be all and end all. If right now you don't have that why that makes you cry, as long as you stay consistent, you show up to the events, you keep your DMO up, it will happen to you one day. And when it does, that is when you'll just absolutely fly and you'll really see that change. But by working on yourself consistently, using your self-development tools, you're going to have a really, really strong vision, and that is going to keep you going. So we know where we're heading. how do we get there? So for me, this is the map, it's the blueprint, and something that I think is really important as well before you start setting, you know, your actions and your DMO is to decide which lane you are going to be traveling in. So is it the slow lane, the middle lane, or the fast lane? And this for me means how much time and effort can you realistically put into this business? And because all of our destinations and visions might look different, that will be different for everyone. Maybe you work full time and you can't be in the fast lane, you know, you're not going to be on it every hour of every single day, and that is okay. Make sure it's suitable to you. You are making the marketing plan work for you. You're not working around it, you're making it work for you. So your map and your blueprint. So this for me was the DMO, it was, you know, the events, the calls, and I'm just going to quickly go through my DMO for you. But if you want this in more detail, you can go into my 90-day game plan group, and it is all in there. But the reason why I'm not going to go into it in too much detail is because every single person on this call, your DMOs will all look different, because no one is you, no one has your life down to a T. You know, you can't kind of emulate someone else. I mean, if this is going to be manageable for you, that's great. Please give it a go and let me know how it goes. But I would never want anyone to feel like pressured to have to follow someone else's because this is what they've done. You've got to set yourself up for success. So make sure it is manageable for you. But this is my DMO. So number one on there at the very top, self-development and some form of exercise. So whether that is going for a walk, doing some stretching, whatever self-development looks like to you as well, make sure that is at the top of your list. Number two is sharing the products, the results, and doing that across my platforms and my stories. The next one, sharing the business, recruitment focus and excitement. And it's really important, I think, on there, when you are speaking about the business and you are having that recruitment focus, to show the excitement. That's why I really remind myself every day, like, am I just sticking a post up for the sake of a post, or is there excitement behind it? Is there intention behind it? I think that's really important. So the next thing was setting a minimum target for people I was reaching out to. So I have 10 as my bare minimum, and that is a bad day. And this is me actively reaching out and physically offering the opportunity to people. It's not just a, hey, how are you doing? It is physically offering them the opportunity. And by doing this and tracking this as well, you'll then get your ratio of people who are, yes, I want more info, and then who's going to sign up. So I have a book. Every person who I speak to, I offer the opportunity to, I write them in there. If they want more info, they get highlighted and then ticked when they sign up. And that's a really good way to track and kind of see which areas you need to work on. And it is a numbers game, so it's great to see that as well. And the next thing I have on there is team and customer check-in. So customer check-in probably once a week, even though I do send out like recipes through the week as well. Team every single day. I'll always check in with my team, whether it's on a WhatsApp group chat, whatever, always check to see how they're doing and what support they need. The next thing is obviously expanding your network. You don't want your audience to go stale. So adding 100 people to my different social media platforms every single day, just doing it in blocks throughout the day so it doesn't block me from doing that. And the next one, which I think really brings your socials to life, is the video content. So whether that's a live, a reel, you know, your TikToks, talking on your stories, just showing you your personality, yourself, making sure there is some form of video content on there. And the next one, contribution. So for me, this is contributing to the groups, whether it's the customer group, team group, you know, my 90-day game plan group, just really giving back and showing up and adding at least 5 people to the opportunity group every single day. I usually do a lot more, in all fairness, but this is a great conversation starter. If someone accepts it, you can pop them a message, say, do you like what you see? And it's really quick and easy to do. And then, of course, follow-ups. And all of this is mixed in with personal posts because, of course, we want people to know us, like us, and trust us. So they want to get to know our personality. And I think it's really important not to be a juice plus robot and to get that across on your socials too. So that's what my DMO looks like. But obviously, I do this business full time now, although I do have a busy home life on my own with 2 children. This is really manageable for me. So my focus is always on the income producing activities. So that for me is really the reaching out, the networking, the building growing every single day, and that is my focus. So on the bad days, they get done first, even if it's the minimum. And then on the good days, I'll double it, I'll triple it. So always focus on your IPAs, whether it's a bad day or a good day. They are non-negotiables. So we've got the vision, we've got the destination, you've got your roadmap, we know what we're doing, we've got the DMO. So for me now, this is all about putting fuel in your vehicle, because if you do not have it fueled up, it is not going to move anywhere. So for me, the fuel is the consistency and the self-belief. So belief in the products, first of all. If you are not on a health journey with these products, I think you're going to find it really difficult to be passionate about the products, because you won't know how good it feels to take your capsules, you know, how good it feels to have that energy to be smashing it every single day, having, you know, that energy to get up and go to the gym, and all these things that the products have helped me with. If I didn't feel that for myself, I wouldn't have the passion that I do. So I think it's really important to have your own results and your own product story. And how can you not be passionate about the products? We've had an amazing presentation this morning from Sue, which blows me away every time I hear it. You know, it's impossible not to have belief in these products. So number one, belief in the products, and get really passionate about them as well. So the next fuel to the vehicle is belief in the business. So we've all seen it being done. There are PMDs in the business, PMD plus people are smashing it lately. There's been lots of really big promotions. That really affirms my belief. And we all joined this company for a reason. We all believed in this company. That's why we joined. So just remember why you joined, and it is a solid company. We are not going anywhere. Health will never go out of fashion. So of course, we all have that really strong belief in the business. Now, the most important thing is to have that belief in yourself. And the only way you will build that confidence and self-belief is by doing exactly what you said you were going to do. So keep those promises to yourself. This is exactly how I built up that self-belief and that confidence. It was, if I said I was going to do something, you better believe I was going to do it, because I am not going to let myself down. And I think this goes back to, you know, what Shauna was just saying. It is your business. It is down to you at the end of the day. And you're not going to be letting down your upline, your sidelines, because it is for you. You're going to be letting yourself down. And for me, that kind of sets the standards for everyone else. So how I treat myself is how everyone else looks at me in my eyes. So I think it's really important to keep those promises. And for me, it was just really getting out of my comfort zone constantly. And the best piece of advice I can give is to never get comfortable. It's great when we're hitting these promotions, when we're seeing this success and, you know, speaking on the calls and things, but if you are not constantly in the background doing those things to grow and always be pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, you're going to get stagnant and then it's going to drop. So that is my biggest piece of advice, is to never ever get comfortable. Always be striving for more and to be leveling up always. And that is how you're going to get that really big momentum when you're working your way through the marketing plan. And I think, you know, we all kind of start this journey maybe on our own. We don't have a team to come straight into, you know, that comes up along the way, and you'll pick people up along your journey, and some of them might drop off here and jump out, and that's okay, as long as your destination stays the same and you keep that vision strong. The right people will get to that end with you. So I think my top tips would just be, make the marketing plan work for you, set really manageable DMO and goals, and believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, who will? Like, you've got yourself for the rest of your life. It is on your shoulders. So I think just being your best friend, your own best friend, and really hammering in on that self-development is super important. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Natalie. That was absolutely tremendous. And you've just got such a strength of determination, and absolutely, you're so on top of the business and everything that needs to be done. So show your love, everyone, to Natalie. That was just like really, really amazing. So Natalie, have you got a, do you have a speaker or someone who can just share their story?
I do. I have the gorgeous Karen Suzanne, and she is just a beacon of light to everyone who she meets. I know, James, you've had the pleasure of meeting her, and as a few of you on the call have. She is amazing. So I would love to invite Karen on to tell us a little bit about her story.
Yeah, and if I may just say, so looking forward to Karen coming on. But Karen, we're running a little bit over time now, so if you just keep to about 2 minutes, that would be great. I know you're going to have a lot to share, but if you could possibly keep it to 2 minutes. Yeah, Karen. Who's that, Natalie? Is that Karen's story?
It is Karen's story, yeah.
I can see she's there.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Thank you for having me on. Hi, James. Yes, I will. Can you hear me now? Sorry. I've been in. I will quickly run through as quick as I can for you. No problem. This is my 5th month in the business. I'm an SP and I have 5 team members. The products have helped me immensely. It's helped me through premenopause, and I know my body's fueled with the best nutrition to help me function at its best. So I absolutely love the products. I'm a different person. I feel amazing. So I just literally threw myself into the business. And yes, I'm learning from the best. Natalie is amazing. So I am so lucky to have her. I think it's very, very important that you do have your focus and you do have your destination and you know that you're pointing yourself in the right direction. I do have distractions. I care for my elderly relatives and I have another business, so it can be tough at times, but I think it's really important that you're very kind to yourself and you do your best and stick to your own DMO, because everyone is so different. I stay consistent even when you feel like you're not getting anywhere. Grow your social media and grow your network. And what I've tended to do is I just threw myself into events. I've learned about the business. I've understood about the structures, and trying to be like a sponge and just take it all in. I've met some amazing people over the past few months and you've all really helped me immensely. So I think that's very important that you go to events to be able to do that. And I think it's really important not to get consumed in what other people are doing, because we're all different. So I think it's really important to be you. Have your vision and your goal and keep taking your steps towards it. As Natalie said, it is about your destination. Definitely with vision board, I don't have one physically, it's all in my head because I am a designer and I'm very, very visual. Nobody really wants to know what goes on in my head, but have something of some sort that you can focus on every single day. I'm the type of person that if you're going to do something, do it right. So I do love learning from everybody and seeing how everybody does it, but you still got to be yourself. So make sure that you keep yourself on your right track. And it is important that you do step out of your comfort zone. I think it's very hard when everybody does things so differently, but I actually get stage fright. I never like to go live at all whatsoever. I couldn't watch myself back. I couldn't listen to myself because you think you sound ridiculous. But, you know, good things don't happen to anybody that doesn't step out your comfort zone. So I do know what that's like. And it is scary, but you will get there and you do get used to it without a doubt. I work on my mindset every day. And I think self-development is really, really important. Like Rhiannon said, extremely important to make sure that you look at yourself every day and do what's right for you. I'm a self-publisher, so I write books that helps me daily, especially with my self-help series. And I do, and I meditate in the bath. So it's very grounding. So commend yourself for what you do and what you've done in life. Build your confidence as you go along and you get used to it. So for me, it's always been about the unknown and not knowing. And all these amazing people and all you guys out there have been so successful, and I'm new and I have no clue at all whatsoever what I'm doing. But I've been in an industry for the last 20 years where I knew everything. But what you've got to remember is that we all learn new things every single day. And what I'm really looking forward to doing is my future in Juice Plus and in business moving forward. So that's a little bit about me. I hope I haven't rambled on too much this morning, James.
Well done, Karen. Karen and I may be climbing Kilimanjaro in February, but that's another story.
Yeah, that's for another day. And hopefully
we're going to have to rush on. Karen,
okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, James. Thanks for having me.
To the incredible Erin Matilda O'Toole, who is absolutely rocking London, and she's going to take over as our host now and introduce our next wonderful guest all the way from Germany. So Erin, are you there?
I am indeed. Hello, everybody. Who else is loving October already? Like, I am loving it. I'm calling it, and feel free to like make this go trend, you know, hashtag it, Rocktober. It is Rocktober. We are rocking October. And I am so excited for the next part of our call. Please, guys, do not drop away now, whatever you have to do, because we have got some epic speakers lined up, okay? So I want you all to like refresh, just feel the energy, okay? You know, I know it's hard when you're sitting in front of computers. I want you to just, you know, do what you need to do, get ready, because we are going to have the best hour ahead of us. So my first speaker, I have written down notes, guys. I'm trying to be more organized in my life. That's one of my goals. So our first speaker is the fantastic and incredible Finn. Now, excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, Finn Seefeld. He is an NMD from Germany, all the way from Germany. Finn is 25 years old and an NMD and a Club 12. Like, hello. Oh my goodness, at 25, I think I was being thrown out of the bars in Reading University. Like, he is NMD Club 12. That is incredible. He's been in the business for 6.5 years, full-time for 4.5 years. And he's a former sports entertainment, I think, journalist. Are you a fellow journalist, Finn? Yes. So I am going to ask James to unmute Finn, because I don't think I have the capabilities.
I can unmute myself already.
Wonderful. Finn, take it away, please.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I hope the internet connection is fine, because I'm actually on the train right now and doing the call here. So I really love your energy. I love the English language. Anyway, it's better than German for myself, but yeah, really glad to speak to you today and talk about getting the right mindset to become NMD. And I just want to dive into my story real quick, because I think you can take away a lot of it. So I started the business when I was 19 in 2017. And yeah, like everybody, I started it part-time beside my job. And I really fast realized that I want to go all in this business. This is my way to live the life I always wanted to live. And so after around about 2 years sitting on sales, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So after 2 years sitting on sales coordinator, the Juice Plus company launched the Dubai 2020 incentive. And I don't know if some of you guys are excited about Rio 2025, and put a 1 in the chat if you are going to go to Rio de Janeiro. Even if you are not NMD right now, put a 1 in the chat if you want to go to Rio. See a lot of 1s. Great, amazing. And I really want you to start believing that it's possible for you no matter where you are. Because when the company launched the incentive in 2019, I was sales coordinator with around about 3,000 pay line. And I decided to go for the for the Dubai incentive. I had to hit NMD in 8 months. So I started in January 2019 as sales coordinator with 3,000 pay line. And 8 months later, in August, I was NMD with 48,000 pay line. And I was stuck at sales coordinator 2 years and nothing moved in my business. And then I went to NMD within 8 months. And the things that I changed was the mindset, because I always worked really hard. I always had the focus, but some things just changed in my mindset. And I want to talk to you about what I changed in my mindset and how this changed my whole business, and so that you can do the changes you need to do to become NMB, to go to Rio with us all. So the first thing is that you have to see yourself at the top. Yeah, I really was going to bed every night and I was visualizing how I go on the plane, all the people are there, how we fly to Dubai, how the hotel will look like, and all this stuff in detail. I was going to bed with this vision every single night. And I was believing in it 100%. I had no idea how it would work out, but I knew, okay, it will work out. Yeah, just go for it. And you have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to be your biggest fan. You have to look in the mirror and say, hey, I believe in myself. I can do it. And then focus on what you can control, not what impacts you. Because most people, they complain about things that they can't control, and then they spend so much time and energy on things they can't control. For example, a partner quits the business. You can't control if he quits. You just can control how you react to it. You can't control if a customer just orders the control or a big product package. You can just control how you react to it. Yeah, so don't waste your time on things you can't control. Waste your time or spend your time on things you can control. You can control how many people you contact every day. You can control how many new partners you sponsor every single month. And obviously it takes some partners to go to NMD. It takes some customers, but do it step by step every day and focus on what you want. Focus on the solution, not the problem. And I want to do a quick exercise with you that just takes 30 seconds, which I really love. So you have 10 seconds now to count a single thing you find in your room, which is red. Yeah, count it, everything you find in your room around, and count how many things did you find that are red.
Right, I think we've lost Finn just briefly.
I'm so sorry, I'm back.
I think, Finn, we can hear you when try and speak for us and we'll see if we can hear you.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So I saw you write some numbers in the chat. It's 15, it's 19, great. So think about how many blue things did you see when you focused on red? You have no idea. And it's not that blue isn't there, it's just that you just focused on red. So all you saw was red. And this is how we create our own reality. This is how we create our own life. Yeah, always there are opportunities and there are obstacles, but what you focus on is what you will create in your reality, what you create in your mind, what you will see. So focus on what you want, because most people focus on what they don't want, and they only see the things they don't want. And this is a really great exercise you can always do with your team. So next thing is self-responsibility 100%. You really need to take self-responsibility for your business. Your upline is not responsible for your success. Your downline is not responsible for your success. Your upline is not responsible to launch an incentive. Your upline is not responsible to do an event. Yeah, just do it on your own. Do your own incentives, do your own events. Just see this business as your business, because the great thing about network marketing is that we have a sponsor, we have an upline that cares about us, that wants us to see win. But some people, they expect from their upline to do anything and everything for them, and they fail this step to take 100% self-responsibility. So look at what you can do to bring your business forward, even if your downline doesn't work how you like, even if your upline doesn't do the steps you would love them to do. If your upline doesn't go for a big goal, then set the goal by your own. It doesn't matter. And there's a really, really big difference between I wish I go to Rio, or I will try to qualify for Rio, or I hope it happens, or I must and I will. And this is a really, really big difference. And most people, they are scared to set so big goals because they are scared to fail. And back to my story, I didn't qualify for Dubai 2020 because I had to re-qualify my NMD in September, and I didn't. But I would never, ever, ever have set me the goal to go for NMD in 8 months after I was stuck on sales coordinator for 2 years if there wasn't this incentive. And even if I failed to qualify for the incentive, I 12x'd my business in 8 months. And I dropped, I built back up to NMD, and for 3.5 years now, I have a stable NMD business. So like I said, I do this business for 4.5 years full time. With 23, I got my NMD bonus. So I had the first 5-figure income month. With 23, I could buy my first real estate from it as an investment. And this is what really happens to your life if you set big goals, if you don't hold yourself down, be nice to yourself, be your biggest cheerleader, and you can really change your life with this opportunity. I mean, I have no idea where I would be if I didn't get involved in this business 6.5 years ago. And you can ask every successful person in this business. They are so thankful for the person that involved them and introduced them into this business, even if they are not even active anymore. In my case as well, my upline, he doesn't do the business for 4 years anymore. So after a few months, I had the same rank as my upline, so I needed to take self-responsibility because my upline wasn't much further than I was. But if you take this business seriously, if you take the responsibility, and if you believe in yourself, you set big goals, even if you're afraid, it's okay to be afraid, but God put the best things on the other side of fear. And fear is a sign that you are on the right way, because where everybody is, where everybody goes, there is no fear, there is no stress, there is no anxiety. But on the lonely road where only a few people go, there are these things, but they are the people who change the world, who change their life, and not only their life, but also the life of other people. Because in this business, your paycheck is just, showing how many lives you changed with what you do and who you became and who you become. So this is a little bit of my story and my nuggets. I hope you could take some things away. And thank you for having me.
Wow. I don't even know where to start. That was epic. I got goosebumps. I don't know if anyone else is feeling like that, but absolute goosebumps. Thank you so much, Finn. And I mean, for me, I could sum up everything that was like mind blown, but I would say that taking self-responsibility is key. I think that's a massive bomb. And what can you control? Not what is going on, but what can you control? I think that's so key in stopping any sense of overwhelm or disappointment. So I'm just blown away, and I'm going to do that red color trick to myself a lot more. I was even noticing little tiny bits of red that I thought, I would have normally overlooked that, which just maybe is potentials or team members or customers that you would overlook. So thank you so much, Finn. Finn, do you have a guest that is going to share their story?
Unfortunately not.
No.
But I think it's great for your time.
That's perfect, because do you know what? It means we got extra time with you. So thank you so much, Finn. I really appreciate you getting on. I think everyone is blown away, and we look forward to seeing you again on our calls, hopefully very, very soon, and come to London and you can speak at one of our events.
I love.
So our next speaker is the incredible Emma Snedden. I probably don't need to introduce Emma because everyone knows who Emma Snedden is. If you don't know who Emma Snedden is, go and look her up because she is epic. Emma is a PMD. She joined in March 2013, and what a start. She was Club 39 by August. She was PMD by October of that year. She was Club 100 by January of 2014. Oh my goodness. Now, she says, for the first time in my life, I'm doing something that matters and makes a difference in people's lives, releasing my husband and I from the chains of corporate life and providing our children with parents who are present properly in their lives every day. It's only the beginning of our story. She says the most exciting part is that she gets to help people every single day create this kind of reality for themselves. And if she can do it, they can do it. But a little birdie has told me that it's somebody's birthday today. Yes, it is. So now we can't unmute everybody to sing happy birthday because that would be carnage. And I do apologize for my voice, but what I would like is if everyone who can put on their camera, if they could put on their camera and just like sing happy birthday out loud, even though you won't be able to hear you, and we will sing Emma happy birthday as a collective, okay? And she'll feel all that love and energy. Ready? Okay, apologize for my voice, and it is early, so if I get, yeah, anyway. Okay, ready? 1, 2, I want to see hands moving and stuff, guys. Don't make me feel like a complete loser right now. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
To you.
Happy birthday, dear Emma. Happy birthday
to you.
Oh, I've got a fellow coroller. Okay, ready? Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! And one for extra special luck. Hip hip, hooray! Happy birthday, Emma. If you could unmute and please.
Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for that lovely rendition of happy birthday. I think you're maybe the second or third people that have sang happy birthday to me today. So I've had lots of lovely messages and inboxes and from people all over the world, which is one of the many things that I absolutely love about being part of the Juice Plus company is the ability to connect with people all over the globe. And I know social media makes that easier and the internet makes that easier and all of those things. You know, the world is literally, for most of us, for most of the day, in the palm of our hands, right? So that's something that I love, the fact that we have a business that takes advantage of that or utilizes that, and that's only going to get better and better and better as you know, social media progresses and the ability to connect with the world progresses, you know, even just from like in a physical way, like transportation gets faster and there's all sorts of different ways that we can connect with each other. But yeah, so it's been such a kind of a blessing for me over the last 10.5 years to be able to connect with people within this company from Australia, America, all over Europe, and I don't take that for granted. I think, you know, one of the things I've been asked to talk about today is why I'm so passionate about the Juice Plus company, and that is one of the reasons really is that I've had the ability and continue to have the ability to meet new people all the time, online and offline, at events all around the world, and stay connected with those people now. I mean, I often say to my children are gosh, how old are they now? 13, my son, and my daughter is 16. And I often say to them, like, when I was a kid at school and somebody left school or went to another school, you just never saw them again. Like, that was it. It was like, bye Julie, bye Jeff, that was it. They were gone, and maybe you might have bumped into them in the future, but you never knew. You know, they knew they moved to America, but you didn't stay connected. Whereas now we've moved to another country, another thing I'm grateful to the Juice Plus company for. But my kids have been able to stay connected with their friends in the UK, like, really easily. And it's just a different world that we live in. So 20 years from now, you know, are you setting yourself and your family up to be able to take advantage of those things? And for those of us who've been in the business a long time, like making sure that we are utilizing all of these new things that come along. It can sometimes feel so completely overwhelming, like this new thing and that new thing and this new platform and that new app and all of this stuff. But we kind of need to, you know, run with people that are running so that you do stay. But you don't need to be, you know, fantastic at absolutely every social media app that's ever come out. But what you can do is recruit people who are, right? So if you don't know how to use TikTok, don't worry about it. Just go recruit somebody who knows how to use it. It's much faster than learning how to do it yourself, you know. So same with things like, you know, there's Telegram and there's all sorts of different ways of connecting with people now. And we sometimes feel like we have to learn everything ourselves. And trust me, I'm 47 today. I know I don't look it. I'm 47 today, and I think like I'll be 57 in 10 years time. I can't even imagine how many different platforms and different, you know, we didn't really use Instagram 10 years ago when I started the business. There was so many different things. So what's another 10 years going to bring in this business, and how am I going to keep up with it? And I thought, I'm just going to recruit some 18-year-olds, and like they can do it, people in their early 20s, and I'll learn what I want to learn, you know. And that's another beautiful thing about this business. We get to choose which are the bits we want to progress with, which are the bits that what are our talents, and how can we really lean into those. So I'm going to touch on those a little bit. So I thought what I would do is I'll just give you 10 things, 10 reasons that I'm completely passionate about this company, and I'll kind of intertwine my story a little bit in there for those of you who maybe are newer and haven't come across me before. But I do an opportunity call every single Monday night with John. We've done it every Monday night for over 5 years now. We've never missed a Monday. So if you want to hear my story, jump on the Monday night call, and I'll fill you in a little bit more detail on there. But I did start this business back in 2013 as a busy mom. My children, who I've just given you their grown-up ages now, but their younger ages then, my son had literally just turned 3 a couple of days before, and my daughter was 5. I had a full-time corporate job. I was working 100 hours a week. Was not unusual for me to be working in my job. I was incredibly time poor. I was absolutely not looking to add anything else into my life. At 36, I had a very, very full life. I was financially, we were doing okay, and I certainly, you know, I wasn't out there looking. I wasn't in a state of desperation, I suppose, and some people are. We all join for different reasons, but I loved the product. I absolutely fell in love with what Juice Plus is as a product, what it can do for you, what it was doing for my body, how I felt, the energy levels that it gave me. I went from being completely exhausted all the time to actually getting out of bed before my alarm clock in the morning, having like 16, 18-hour days and feeling okay with it. And so recommending the products to people was just a natural progression from there. So when John said I could make some money from doing what I was already doing, just made sense to me. I didn't realize what it was going to become. I didn't realize that within 12 months it would completely transform not just my life, but my kids' lives, my husband's life, like everything. Every area of our life has improved because of this company, because of these products. And I do, with huge confidence and huge integrity and huge passion, go out into the world every single day and share that with people. And sometimes when we do get overwhelmed with all the different platforms and all the different things, you just have to bring yourself back to that and think, what is it that I love about this? What is it that I personally, me, as who I am, what is it that I love about this? What is it that it's doing for me, the product and the business, separately and together? What are the things that I can share with people with integrity and honesty, and where can I add value to other people? And it doesn't matter where you do that or how you do that. Like, in person is really powerful, events are really powerful, online is really powerful, WhatsApp's really powerful. Like, whatever platform you want to use and wherever you want to share this, it doesn't really matter. It's really about how can I share how I feel so that other people feel great. And I know that for me, right at the start, I just wanted every busy, tired mom to feel like I felt. I was it. I wasn't bothered about, I wasn't looking to earn loads of money. I didn't even know like leaving my job was going to be like an option. I thought if I could earn a few £100 a month, I'll stick it all in the bank. I'll have it for Christmas. Fantastic. But I know that I can help other people not be as tired as I was. I know that I can help other people look good and feel good. I know that I can help other people get fruit and vegetables into their kids really easily. I know that I can help other people maybe have an extra, a bit of extra cash in the bank. And if you go out into your business with that mentality, with that, like, I want to help people to feel better and look better. And this is the reason why it's so important to get on the products yourself. If you're new in the business, your upline will have said to you, like, you need to order the products if you're not already on them. It's nothing to do with they want to earn commission off you, or it's nothing to do with that. It doesn't make any difference to us, really. It's for you. you need to take them from a health point of view, from an immune system point of view, from looking good and feeling good. But from a business point of view, so easy to share a product because you feel great and you share it with people. So really, for me, I just do that, and I do it a lot, and I share it a lot, and I love what this business does. And I'm going to cover those things now, all the things that the business can do for you. But these are my things. These are the things that I think. So yes, share them, and hopefully they'll create some light bulbs for you. But you have your own things. You have your own 10 reasons why you love doing this, your own 10 things. But the thing to remember is, some of you will have seen a training that I do, which about a belief cycle. And one of the things on the belief cycle is your belief in the company and your belief in the product. There's two things, sorry, in the belief cycle. And it's really important that you get from wherever you are in the money. If in your head, you don't need to put it in the chat, but in your head, and score yourself 1 out of 10 for your current, as you sit here today on the 7th of October, as you sit here today on the 7th of October, 2023, what is your current 1 out of 10 belief in the product and your current 1 out of 10 belief in the business? It's a personal thing. You can write it down yourself. And if you want me to do the belief cycle training at some point, I will do, because it's a whole thing. But you need to have that as, and it'll go up and down depending on what's going on in your life and your, in your business. Sometimes you believe when you're flying and you smash NMD, your belief in everything is about 10. But if you're struggling and some people have left or whatever, it might be a little bit lower. You need to be trying to make sure that your belief in this product and the business and the company and the industry and all of these things is as close to 10 as you can get it. Because when your belief is 8 out of 10 in all of these things, you'll be rocking, let me tell you, right? And if you notice that it's going down a little bit, you need to take the steps to improve it. Because we're responsible for our own business. We're responsible for, yes, you're part of a team, and yes, you've got uplines and sidelines, but this is your franchise. If everybody else on this call disappears tomorrow, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be here building my business. I'm still going to be here telling the people about Juice Plus. So it's my responsibility to make sure, and that's why we get on these calls. There's a reason why you logged into this call on a Saturday morning. You could be anywhere doing anything. Lots of people are, lots of people didn't bother, but you did. So that's to fill up your belief.
Emma, I think something keeps leaning on your microphone.
Oh, sorry, let me sit a bit better. Is that a bit better?
That's better. Perfect. Thank you.
Apologies. So what I was saying about your belief cycle is it's like plugging your phone into you're plugging the phone in every night before you go to bed. You wake up in the morning, your battery is full. So every time you get on a call, you're filling up that belief cycle. And having that means that when you go out and share this with people, you're confident. Even if you don't need to know the marketing plan inside out. You don't need to know all the compensation plan. You don't need to know everything about how the product is made and all of those things. You'll learn that as you go. And I still don't know all of it inside out. Doesn't really matter. But if you turn up in somebody's inbox or somebody's life or at somebody's event with passion and commitment and honesty and vision and glowing and happy and excited and optimistic, you might have earned £20 this month, but you're working towards earning £2,000 or whatever it might be for you. So you're excited about that. You're optimistic about that. You're surrounded by people who are doing that. So you don't have to have success to be able to believe in it, right? It's not, there's a little bit like, just that plugging in, getting on a call, getting on to an event, all of those things, they just fill you up. So to help you with some of that stuff, I'm going to run through just my 10 things that I literally got into bed last night. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. It's my sister's 50th and share a birthday weekend. So I was like writing down, like, what are my 10 things? And I often just go, what comes out of my head? What are the things? And that's what you'll be passionate about in that moment. So these are my 10 things I was passionate about at 1 o'clock this morning. So hopefully they're still the same now at 11 o'clock. So I want you to also think about, while I'm telling you these, what will you do that other people don't do? Because that is what separates success from mediocre. If you just want a couple of £100 a month, honestly, you can tick along and you'll be absolutely fine. You can definitely do that. But if you want the bonuses and the big money and the NMD and the leave your job and the move countries and buy a nice house and car and time freedom and all of those things, while I'm talking through these 10 things, I want you to think about what will you do that other people don't do, because that is what's going to separate you from everybody else. And I don't mean everybody else in Juice Plus necessarily, everybody else in your friendship group, everybody else in your family, everybody else on your social media. The decisions that you make and the things that you do and the way that you think that other people don't is the separator. So number one reason that I'm passionate about the Juice Plus company. At the time that I came across this, I didn't really have any time and I didn't have much opportunity to make choices about my own life. And this really set me free. And that's that's something that, because that happened to me quite early on, I've always been passionate about that. Not necessarily about leaving your job or anything, but about, particularly for women, so apologies to the men on the call, but I'm a woman, so I identify a little bit more with the lifestyle that we have and some of the time pressures and emotional pressures that being a busy working mum has. And I know for me, being able to be financially independent has always been incredibly important to me. I'm very fortunate, I'm very happily married, and we both had great jobs when we got married, but I never wanted to be one of those people that couldn't stand on my own 2 feet, couldn't, you know, leave if I wanted to, or couldn't, you know, there's so many women, particularly who are in situations, marriages, relationships, households, living environments or whatever, who are stuck there because they can't financially, you know, stand on their own 2 feet. So I'm very passionate about giving women especially, but everybody really, choices, being able to get up every day and choose how you spend your day, choose where you live, choose who you spend it with, pick your people, right, and make that decision. I often say to my husband, every day we choose to stay here, we choose to stay in this marriage, we choose to stay. Now, you don't actively necessarily do it, but you stay. I stay every day because I want to, and that makes me feel very confident, makes me feel very happy that I make that choice every day, either consciously or subconsciously. But money doesn't, you know, having that ability to be able to be financially independent in whatever way you want to do that, this gave me not just that, I was already financially independent, but it helps me now with the choices that I make in my life, where I spend my time, when my kids have gone to school, what I do with my day, where we go on holiday, where we live, who I get to be with. And I think being able to do that is something incredibly powerful that I really try never to take for granted, and Juice Plus gave me that, or gave me the ability to be able to give that to myself. So I'm incredibly passionate about that. The second thing is it also gave me time. And I remember somebody showed me a triangle once at the start of my business, which was like, I think it was time, health and money. And they were like, so every different point in your life, you want all three of those, but you usually can't have all three. You know, people say you can't have everything. That's what they mean. You can't have time, you can't have money, and you don't have your health all at the same time. So in your 20s, you might have time because you might not have any children, or your time's different, but you probably haven't got very much money, and you've got your health generally. So you've got a little bit of that, but you've got no money to be able to spend it, to enjoy it. Maybe as you get to like the other end of your working life, traditionally, you've got time because you're retired. You maybe have some money if you're lucky because you've saved some, or you've got a pension, but now you maybe don't have your health. So what we have with this is all three at the same time: time, money, and health to enjoy, or enjoy the other two. And that was a moment for me when somebody did that out for me, and I was like, that's so good. People say you can't have it all, but guess what? Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. And you, not only can you have it all, but you can go out into the world and you can help other people have it all as well. And that is the icing on the cake. It's all very well you winning the lottery, but all your friends have got no money. It's not much fun, right? So if you want to have time, health and freedom, you want to surround yourself and help other people, the people that you love, you care about, your family, your friends, they can have that too. And that's another thing that makes me very passionate about this, is because a lot of traditional environments where you can create financial freedom for yourself, it's just for you. You don't have anybody to enjoy it with. With this, you can talk to all your friends and all your family and say, hey, I'm doing this. I think in 5 years' time, I want to be able to retire. In 5 years' time, I want to be able to travel around, you know, whatever it might be. Do you want to do that too? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to do this together? And just putting it in front of people, that's our job. Putting it in front of people, giving people that choice. So in 5 years' time, when you do retire and you travel off to, you know, for a year or whatever it might be, your friends can't say to you, why didn't you tell me about that? I would have done that with you. So yeah, so that's it really. The time is really precious. Number 3, it really widened my perspective of life. So I always thought at 36, I was like, I'm savvy, I'm intelligent, I've got a good job, nice house. I pretty thought I was kind of sorted. I remember John saying to me, what do you want to do with your life? And I was like, I'm doing life. Like, what are you talking about? I'm doing my life. And then he went, no, like, you know, not the job and stuff, but what do you want to do? Like, what do you really want to do? And nobody, I was 36 and nobody had asked me that since I was about 16. And it really made me think, like, oh my God, actually, what do I want to do? Where do I want to live? What do I want my 50s and 60s to look like? You don't necessarily think about that in your 30s, but it widened my perspective of what was possible and what life could be. I became, you know, I started to do personal development. I started to be think wider and think bigger. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about, like, you know, your philosophy and the way that you see the world and where you can add value. Whereas so many of us were just, you know, me included, I was just going to bed, getting up, sorting the kids, going to work, exercising when I could, eating if I could fit it in, going to bed and starting all over again. And this just gave me a completely different perspective of life. and widens my horizons. The fourth thing was it shines a light on your talents. I don't know another business job really where you can shine a light on your own, like not just your own talents, but also on other people's. You will find, and those of you who've been doing this a little while will find that the things that you're good at, if you can get really good at them doing this. If you're a great listener, you can really, really use that to build yourself a great business. If you're a great public speaker or orator, or you're great at talking to people, you can really use that to build yourself a great business. If you are really passionate about helping people, you know, really a carer, a sharer, you know, and most of us are that, like how we end up here. I think generally most people are carers and sharers in this business, and you can use those things to shine a light on something. And then when you get comfortable doing that, and you can actually shine a light on other people, and that's where the magic really is. When you see people in your team and you know that they're great at, you know, the person who always answers the questions in the WhatsApp chat before you even had a chance to do it, you can shine a light on that. You can give them recognition for that. You can go, do you know what, Julie? Your listening skills, like you really listen to people, you really hear what people need, and you can properly shine a light on that and bring that talent out, which in a traditional working environment might not count for very much, or even get noticed. Normal people in the world, we can pick them. Everybody has talents. Most of us go to our grave, we never even figured out what they were. We never had a chance to pull them out of ourselves or pull them out of other people. I promise you, if you give this time and energy and effort and lean into it and surround yourself with people, you'll find out things about yourself that you didn't even really know you had as a talent. You know, it doesn't have to be running, jumping, climbing, or like physical talent. I'm talking about the kind of person, you know, kindness is a talent, caring is a talent, loving other people, coaching and teaching and showing other people how to do something, loving on people. All of those things are fantastic talents that lots of people have that nobody ever values necessarily. Your kids and your partner, and probably about it. In this business, you could absolutely pull that out of people and make people feel great about themselves. And when you feel great about yourself, you'll create a fantastic business for yourself too. Number 5, there's more to life. Juice Plus taught me, and I'm passionate about this, that there's more to life than what I thought there was. I've kind of touched on that already, but I'll give you a quick example before I move on to number 6. When I had my daughter, it was the first time I ever had any time off work, really, because I literally worked from when I was 15 right through college. I've always been a grafter. You know, if I'm doing something, I'm doing it 110%. I want to be the best I can be at it, whatever it is, from being a lifeguard, working in a shop, right through to doing this. But when I was on maternity leave with my daughter, I was about 30, and I remember going to the Trafford Centre in Manchester during the day. And it was full of people. Shops were busy, the cafes were busy, and I remember thinking, why are all these people not at work? This is what everybody's doing while I'm working, and it was such an eye-opener for me. I thought, hold on a second, I'm working 12-hour, 14-hour days. You know, but I didn't know any different. That's what I'd always done. I quit straight out of uni and started doing that. Then I had my family carry on doing that. And I really thought, hold on a minute, there's more to life. There's got to be. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how you do it, and I don't know where it comes from, but it really, and every time you go on holiday, and I still do this now, if I go on holiday, I think, all these people aren't at work. And if you go to Ocean Club in Marbella, it's full. If you go to Ibiza, it's full. Wherever you go, there's people living their best life. And I was like, I want to live my best life. I'm only 36 then. I was like, you know, I could be 56 or 66 or 26. It doesn't matter. You don't have to wait until you're, you know, 50 or 60 or 70 to start enjoying your life. I want to enjoy it now. So that really, this gave me the vision that there was more to life. And then this came along and I was like, oh, this is it. This is how I do it. Great. And then when I took those two things and put them together, I still now, 10 and a half, nearly 11 years later, that's one of the things that drives me, is because what's the alternative? What's the alternative to making your own decisions every day? The opposite, not making your own decisions every day. And I don't want that for me, and I don't want that for my children. And they see what they don't hear what you say, they see what you do and how you show up every day. So I'm going to come back to that. That's number 10. Number 6, work and reward. I'm very driven personally by things like recognition, by a pat on the back, by a well done, like, I love certificates when I was swimming, like all of those things. Like, I love a well done. I love it. You're doing a good job. And there's nowhere that you're going to get that as much as here, right? When you're doing a great job, I don't mean getting 20 customers and building a massive organization necessarily. Like, I'll drop a message to some of my team saying, well done for getting on the call, because I know it's not always easy when you've got kids running around on a Saturday morning. Just that recognition, but also the reward. When you put your energy and effort into this business in the right way, You will be rewarded for that. I can say that categorically with my hand on my heart, and honestly, because that's the truth. I'm not saying you're going to get to NMD necessarily straight away. I'm not saying you're going to earn £2,000 a month by the end of the year. I'm talking about reward, proper reward in every area of your life, your health, your financial situation, your self-confidence, your belief in yourself, your belief in the people around you, your ability to get out of bed in the morning feeling like you've got some value to offer, like all of that, that's reward. Yes, there's financial reward too, fantastic, but there's all this other stuff. So when you effort and reward, if you put in the effort, you get nothing back, it's crap. We've all done that somewhere in our lives, haven't we, at work, or, you know, where you feel like you get nothing back. With this, I promise you, just stick at it. The effort and the reward will pay off. And it's limitless. Limitless. You can recruit as many people as you want. You can have as many customers as you want, and you can earn as much money as you want. You can make as much of a difference in other people's lives as you want. So you get to choose what impact you want that to have on your own life. And the next thing is, I love the fact that in my career with this, and in your career with Juice Plus, it's completely objective how you get on, because the product is the same for everybody, the business is the same for everybody. There's nobody saying you haven't got the right skill set for this, you're not ready for this, you haven't got the talent set for this, there's somebody better than you that we're going to promote, which is what a normal job environment would be, and which was obviously where I was working too. You wanted to get onto the next level, you wanted to earn more money. I needed to impress somebody. I needed to get somebody to tick a box or press a button so I could get promoted or earn more money. Very subjective, whether somebody likes you or not, whether you look the right way or not in your job. With this, it's completely objective. It doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter what your background is, doesn't matter what your skill set is. If you want to do this, you can do this. If you want to be successful in this, you can be successful in this. You don't have to wait for Billy to leave or get promoted for you to get promoted. Everybody on this call can get to NMD or wherever the next promotion is for you by the end of the year, if you want to, by the end of next year. Completely objective. So you can share that with people and just say, look, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what your background is, as long as you're over 18, you've got thumbs in a mouth and some ability to be able to communicate to people, you can create a business for yourself. So that I love, and I'm very, very passionate about that egalitarian part of this business. It's completely fair. Doesn't always feel fair. Sometimes it feels like everybody else is doing better than you, but it is really, actually, really, really fair. We're nearly there, kids. 3 more and we'll be done. Number 8. I'm passionate about these 2 things going hand in hand. This business, this company, these products, they give hope and they add value. They give hope to people, they give hope to you, and they add value to other people. That's an incredible thing to be able to say, words to be able to say about a business. It gives hope and it adds value, and you get to do those things, give people hope and add value to people. And that's something that when all the other stuff, you know, can muddy the waters a little bit, you always have that hope and you always have that value that you can give to other people. And also leads into number 9, which is you're doing something that matters. We are, all of us individually with Juice Plus, doing something that matters. I don't underestimate that. I think it's something that I'm incredibly passionate about, helping people with their health, their immune system, their children's health, their family health, how they look, how they feel, whether they like what they look like in the mirror, you know, putting clothes on and they fit, all of those sorts of things. Earning money, being able to pay your bills, paying for Christmas. That message when you get it from a team member that's like, oh my God, like I've just paid off my credit card, or I've just bought my kid a scooter, or you know, because of this business I've been able to do X, Y, Z. When you see those on paydays, on stories and stuff, don't just flick past them. Feel each one. Each one's a real story about an impact that somebody shared this with that person, and this is the result of that. So I love the fact that we get to add value and do something every day that matters, and reward yourself for that. When you get into bed at night, pull the duvet up, snuggle up and think, I've actually added some value to somebody today. I've done something that matters. I've made a difference. And I really, 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 really love that we get to do that, regardless of what we get paid, regardless, even if nobody ordered from you last month, you shared this with people and you added some value to somebody. And somebody said to me once in my first year in the business with the Juice Plus company, and I want you to remember this because it really, really resonated with me. Working with the Juice Plus company, you will change the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, most of whom you'll never even meet and you won't even know. With the Juice Plus company, you will change the lives or impact the lives of hundreds of thousands, of, not just 5 or 6, hundreds of thousands of people, most of whom you'll never even meet and you won't even know. That's incredible. I certainly wasn't doing that in my corporate job. That's incredible. So when you're struggling or you feel like you're not making a difference, remember that you are. Even just a kind word or letting somebody know there is an opportunity out there, that's making a difference. And then the final one is you get to do life, not just talk about life with this. And if you are a parent or an auntie or an uncle or a grandparent or friends of people with children who are teenagers particularly, but everything, like my children have grown up seeing me do this, seeing me, you know, do a call on my birthday when I could have just stayed in bed, seeing me show up, seeing me, you know, doing calls at night, going to events, making friends, creating impact, like just all of these things right from the very beginning, right from the very get-go when I did it alongside my full-time job for the first year. They've seen me not just talk about what I think they should do with their lives, but live in mine, setting an example for what life can look like if you put some effort in, setting an example for what showing up actually means, not just study and get your exams and, oh, well, I've done mine, so I'm all right. I'm talking about like doing life, having fun, going to the gym in the morning when I used to go to work, going out for lunch with my mum because we live near her now and I was able to move because of this business, being able to go on holiday at the end of October because this business enables us to do that and I don't have to take time off work. All of these things, you get to do your life now. Give this 12 months, if you're only just started or you're not where you want to be yet, give this 12 months, really work at it properly. And I mean properly, a couple of hours a day, properly, income producing activity. You have no concept of what your life could look like by the end of 2024. Honestly, I'm not saying do this for 2 weeks and you're going to change your life. I'm saying 12 months. 12 months at this, 2 hours a day, consistently, properly, adding value, all of those things. You have the opportunity to create the life of your dreams and add some value and live your life instead of just talking about it. I hope that helps you. Have a beautiful Saturday. Enjoy your day. I look forward to seeing you all over the next few weeks and months. And yeah, let me know how you get on by end of 2024. Let's do this call again and you can let me know if you did it. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, James.
Absolutely epic. Oh my goodness, everything. So guys, please give it up for Emma in the chat, and to do this on her birthday, but that just shows she always says whatever it takes, and she truly lives by that motto. So she doesn't just say it, she does it. So thank you so much, Emma. That's absolutely incredible. And thank you for all that you do for all of us, no matter where we are in the organization. It's greatly appreciated, I know, by us all. So our final guest, and guys, we have to say you have to stay on this call, okay? Just do whatever it takes. It might mean that you have to ignore your children for an extra 15 minutes or whatever. Just do what it takes, because our next guest you do not want to miss or cut short. So I've got to say, I'm a little bit nervous about this interview, and I have interviewed prime ministers and royalty, but this man is Juice Plus royalty. And it is very, very exciting to have him on our call and to be able to interview him. So our next guest has been with the Juice Plus family for 32 years. He started as a distributor, just like us, and he became the #1 earner in Europe in 1994. He was then offered the chance to help the company expand our business, and he's now a shareholder, and most recently, a very exciting announcement that he's a special advisor to the board. So with no further ado, a huge coffee success call welcome to Mr. Shay O'Brien.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you for that. How can you be nervous? Ask Nikki. Nikki will tell you there's nothing to be nervous about.
Well, Shay, I'm really, really, really excited. And if you don't mind, my first question to you is going to be the more recent, and then we're going to go back. But
I'm open, whatever. I mean, the main thing I want to try and do is get everyone realizing what an amazing time it is now to be part of the Juice Plus business, that the best is, it's all coming together and exciting times are ahead. Super. And I'm not just saying that, you know, you can just say that, but pick that out of the air. It is the right time right now. But anyway, fire away, Erin. I won't.
Okay. Well, that leads us perfectly. Why have you decided to come back in a more visible way? So you've never left Juice Plus, but now you've really stepped back into a more visible position with the company. Why?
Yeah, so 2013, we merged. I set up a sort of a partner business with Juice Plus on the side as not on the side. It was like a franchise. Like if you imagine McDonald's, I know it's a bad example. McDonald's, oh my God, let's try and think of a Pret a Manger. Let's know because they're not a franchise. Anyway, McDonald's, you don't know if it's a franchise or not. You go in there, you drive in. So we created one of those with myself in Europe, with Simon Bowler and my father. So we were a little partnership with Juice Plus together combined, and then we merged it back together in 2013. We had amazing people like Nikki, like James, taking our business forward, like Emma, like John, who's on the call, really expanding the business and taking it to where we wanted it to go. And so I sort of then stopped working with Juice Plus in 2013, became a shareholder. In the last 10 years, I've been working with really exciting startups. I created a little venture capital business, little boutique thing, and helping people realize their dreams, a little bit like Dragon's Den. And then, I went to see the Juice Plus company end of 2013, and I just said, listen, I just think things could be a little bit more dynamic. I think we've lost our way somewhat. We're doing great. We have the best product on the planet, but I just felt we weren't quite doing what we needed to do. So they said, well, listen, why don't you help us get there? And that was really how it came about. So, and there's since I've been involved, there's not too much change really. We're just getting the management team in position. We have a new worldwide global CEO, which that's the most important hire the company can do. And he's amazing. He's run on the sales and marketing side, much bigger companies than the Juice Plus company. And but this is his first CEO role. But we are predominantly a sales and marketing driven company. So someone that's running a very successful sales and marketing business, they're a perfect fit. And honestly, I had a call with him a couple of days ago with Simon Bowler, who's one of the he's also an advisor to the company, and we were just like high fives after the call, not a virtual high five. What's happening is I've not really answered your question. I'm kind of going around about a little bit here, Erin. But what happened is we're looking piece by piece, department by department at the company and seeing what additional help is required to make this $1 billion business. We've never been $1 billion in sales in 1 year. We've turned over many billions of dollars of sales. And you just need to have everything right. As I was talking to Gerhard Bauer this morning, he's one of the most successful distributors ever with the Juice Plus company, and he was likening it to a Champions League football team. You have to have each position has to be in the perfect player or an amazing player, and so that's what we're doing. So we're supplementing all of the roles, all of the positions. So it's almost like there's not much has happened yet. As Simon Bowler, I keep mentioning Simon, he talked about yesterday. It's like if you build a 36-floor building, the first 8 months, you don't see anything because it's all going on underground. And that's how it is now. And then suddenly it starts rising at the ground and really, really fast. And that's kind of where we are. So no, it's good times. We've got an amazing, incredible product range, but there's so much more we can do. And it's all kind of lining up. I know I've not told you anything there. So if you can just get into the concept.
No, absolutely. I think the thing is, for those of us who are, within the company, but not in those key meetings, sometimes it's hard for us to know what's going on, like what's happening behind the scenes. Is anything happening? And so just to hear from you that, the plans are in place, the pieces of the puzzle are being put together. I think that.
Yeah, really my advice, sorry to jump across, Erin, is get to one of the big, huge monster events coming up. So I'm looking at different people. I see Hans down there, Meyerhofer. Obviously Hans will be in Berlin, so he's going to learn more in Berlin. We've got the Brighton convention coming up at the end of October. Get to Brighton. Let me tell you, Brighton, these big events. So I know there'll be a few people here who are brand new on this call or been in with us a few weeks, and you're like, what's Shay going on about? Don't quite understand what he's going. So just come to the big events if you've not done one. So my first big event, so I was 24 years old, big dreams. A little bit like Emma, is that I wanted to have more, but I had no idea how to have it. You know, I didn't see myself just going to this job for the rest of my life. But at 24, no money, no experience. It was just a dream without any real imaginings of realizing that dream. It was just something, it was like a deep passion. And then a friend phoned me and said, Shay, I found something. Because whenever I used to meet this friend, we would go in the corner of a pub. Everyone else is getting drunk and smoking cigarettes in a pub, as you could do back in the day. We're in the corner saying, how can we get ourselves rich? What can we do? And, you know, I know that sounds a bit crass, but that was where we were at. And then he phoned me and goes, I found it. I think this is it. Come to this meeting. So I went to this meeting. It was a big, energetic meeting, hundreds of people. And I wasn't that keen initially. I was kind of feeling a bit, I don't know, everyone looked like they'd had too much caffeine and a bit sweaty and looked a bit too sort of hyped up almost. I didn't like it initially. And then the founder, Jay Martin, came on the stage and he was just relaxed. I connected with him. He was my kind of person. And I turned around to my sponsor and said, I'm in, I'm doing this. At the end of the meeting, I said, not only am I doing this, I'm giving my job up, I'm going full time. Now, do not give your job up. Do not go full time straight away. That is not an advisable route. It worked out for me, but this is all I wanted to do. And my point is with live events that we can't do on an event like this. You can get some energy, but you don't get it. People will make life-changing decisions at a big event because they just have this aha moment, this clarity moment, this energy all around them. And that's why what I would suggest if you're new, get to the event and bring 2 or 3 people who you think want to change their health, because that's what we are about. Our goal is ultimately to change people's health. That's the foundation of it. Everything we do is change people's health, you know, improving people's health. I didn't even know about health. I didn't understand anything about it. And then I learned from this business how to be healthier, how just, you know, so that's the foundation of the business. We change people's health, and by doing that, you get a transference of energy in little gold coins that go into your bank account. And if you change a lot of people's health, guess what? There's a lot of coins coming into your bank. So that's where the wealth side, and I don't want to talk too much about the wealth side of the business. I'm really passionate about the health side. But if you do really a good job and you listen to the trainings and take notes, it's life-changing, and you can have the life you want to have. Erin, sorry, I've answered 20 questions.
No, amazing. This is amazing. Well, I guess that takes me to my next question then. You know, you've been involved with Juice Plus, you know, from the beginning of when it was Juice Plus. In your sort of time with the company, what are the top earners, the top leaders, you know, what are they, do you think, doing that makes them where they are?
Yeah, that's good. So I think the interesting thing here is most of the people who become the top earners have never been successful before. I'd say 90 to 95%. So one of my big interests is in people, how they become successful. It's been a continual interest throughout my life. And I've managed to meet as well a lot of millionaires who made millions and billions of pounds outside of Juice Plus. And I'm always, you know, tell me about yourself. How was the journey? How was the road to the top? They all tell me it was a bumpy journey to the top. I never met anyone that said it was a straight line. So I find that very interesting. So it's about overcoming the challenges. But I think the key point, as I'm, you know, is that they didn't have a successful background before, right? So some of them did. So if you have been successful, don't worry, you don't have to be scared. But 90% haven't, and that's people like myself who were like, hey, maybe this is my chance, maybe this is my opportunity. But so what did they do? I think the key thing is to get yourself on a really supreme health path, on a real good health journey, because you are going to have some people who will go, what, you're doing network marketing? Are you crazy? You're going to have that. It's part that happens, right? I still get it now, honestly. Last week I was at this event in Soho House, the Soho Farmhouse, big event, amazing event. And someone pulled me aside and said, so you're going back into network marketing again? Because I've been telling the story of, you know, that I was working back in Juice Plus. And I'm like, man, you know, there's no telling some people. You just like, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't even get emotionally involved in that. But you will have that. Now, if you're on a mega supreme health journey where, and you know, every single one of you on this call, all 110 of you, you know, or 9 of you and one of me, you know, when you look in the mirror, when you're looking a little bit good, and you also know when you're thinking, I'm not looking so great today. We know that. And then if you track it back the last 14 days, you probably know that actually, yeah, I have been eating better. I have been moving more. I haven't been drinking loads of alcohol. I haven't been having loads of sugar. And then you look better. So, you know, so with our Juice Plus products, they help you really, you know, the Juice Plus fruit and veg and the capsules, they give you this young, youthful skin, right? They do that. I mean, and again, we've got studies to show that. It's not me just saying, hey, you know, make your skin look good. We have studies to show you that. To at a cellular level, your whole body's healthier. And if you're healthier, it shows itself in your face, right? You can just see it. There's a glow. There's an energetic glow. You have the Juice Plus glow we talk about. So if you have that Juice Plus glow, that's one of the first recommendations I would do. Get yourself on the health journey. As you go in the business, there'll be some who have been in the business now for years. You fall on and off of a track. Just get yourself back on track and watch your business build up. So I think that is absolute clarity because what people see you looking better and they're attracted and want to lean into what you're doing, right? And they won't have quite so much, oh, you're doing network marketing because they see like, look at you, you're looking good. I want to be part of that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to unlearn anything you know and listen to the teachings of how we run the business, especially for the more successful people. And I think it's why many successful people don't make it. They come in wanting to reinvent the wheel, do it their own way, just surrender, follow the system, it will work. And I think the other thing people are doing is live events. Now, I love this. Here I am today. I'm actually on crutches at the moment. I'm in my bedroom today because I can't get all my stuff. I was on my trampette the other day and pulled my meniscus. So I can't walk right now. So I wouldn't be able to be with you today. And because of Zoom, I can be with you fully connected. But the live events are where the magic happens. And I will just tell you that as in, so a live event can be you with 2 or 3 of your team having a coffee. That's a live event or a large live event. So I would say it's getting the right combination of Zoom and live events fused together. So Zoom is 1 point. So, you know, you do the Zoom, that's 1 point. Do live events is 1 point. Do both Zoom and live events, it's 3 points, right? So that's 3 points. And, you know, if success is 3. So that's super important. But it's about focus, really. I mean, anything you want to sort of drill into, Erin, on that one?
Yeah, I think, well, I know for myself, my first convention, Alex Webb said exactly that about successful people trying to reinvent the wheel. And it really resonated with me. I was like, why am I trying to think how I can do this differently? Just follow the process and keep it simple and duplicatable. But I think, what is the attribute then, I guess? Because obviously there's, you know, different things that we can do, but what is that attribute, that winning attribute, in your opinion?
I think it's a bloody mindedness that I'm just doing this. I've just watched the David Beckham Netflix documentary many of you might have, or the Arnie Schwarzenegger documentary not so long ago. These are real winners. And what you'll see is those real winners, you go through the journey of the down times, and it's just like knuckling down. So as I say to everyone, we've all got the little voice, the negative voice in our head that comes out to play all the time. And we have to just control that and keep it down. You can control it just by having a chat with it and saying, listen, I'm not listening to you, but it's there. I would be considered as very successful, but in the world's measurements of successful. I'm a happy person, again, because I work on that. But the little gremlin still pops out every now and again and wants to have a little go at me and be negative and say, you know, you're not good enough or whatever, all these things. We all have it. Any most successful person you look at, whether it's a prime minister, whether whoever, everyone has a gremlin. It's controlling the gremlin and keeping yourself straight ahead on the plan. Commitment. What is commitment? It's doing what you set out to do long after the mood you set it in has left you, right? So you say something, I'm going to do something, you felt good about it, and then a few days later, you weren't feeling quite so good about it. But it's pushing on through is how you become successful. And you will, if you want to become successful, you will meet that wall wherever you go. Whatever business you do, you will meet the wall that challenges you. So you have to overcome that wall. So you may as well do it right here than going to go and, you know, try it all over again. So you will always have to bash through the wall, and maybe 3 or 4 times bashing through the wall. And that is what, and I ask all the people, you know, the NMDs, the PMDs, IMDs, PMDs, what is it? Why did you get here? And they're just like, I just made a decision. Dennis Gomkutter, he's a top German distributor. He became PMD Plus. It's taken him 10 years to get there, from PMD to PMD Plus. And why did he do it now? And only 10 years later, he made the decision September 1, I'm going to the next position. I'm going to do it now. And he just did a load of live events. He's been the last 4 months out on the road, live, doing all the Zooms as well that you do. But on top of that, supplementing with live events. Surprise, surprise, boom, he made a decision. He smashes through, just, you know, bash through PMD Plus. So it's about a decision, about a commitment, being bloody minded. I am going to make this work. I am going to go. I'm not going to stop. And that is the attribute that they have. They haven't had successful backgrounds, as I said, just regular folks, regular bods. You know, I'm not saying they were unsuccessful. You know, I'm just saying, you know, normal bods who are just like, I'm doing this. And that is it. And then, so for me, the live events keep you on that track. Create the gremlin. You know, the gremlin will keep on coming out. Just recognize it and remember this conversation. You've got to control it, but that gremlin's there in every piece of your life, and you got to control the gremlin and keep it down and keep the focus of positivity going, and then you get what you want.
Mind-blowing training, guys. Mind-blowing training. We couldn't ask for more. I'd love to know if you could go back and say something to your younger self when it came to your journey, your Juice Plus journey, which has obviously been hugely successful. But if you could say something to yourself, what would it be?
I think a lot of it is, yeah, it's a super good question. You kind of got me unawares there. What would I say? I mean, I think it'd be probably patting myself on the back along the way and recognizing when I'd done some good stuff, you know, because sometimes I didn't recognize, I didn't probably, you know, we didn't know about mindfulness then. It wasn't really taught, and about sitting back and gratitude, just maybe enjoying the journey a bit more. I was on a mission, just like, I am going to grind this out. And I don't think I took enough steps back to say, wow. Now, I tell you when I did, funnily enough, there was one time when I did, and that was like maybe 5 years into it. And I saw Torsten on the call, but I moved to Paris in '94. I started, and this was part of I'm doing a talk in Berlin in a couple of weeks, and it was one of the things I said, what's the thing that you look back and are sort of excited about? But I always wanted to live in Paris. I used to have dreams about moving to Paris. I had no way of getting there. I loved it. I had a romance with Paris before I'd ever even been there. And I remember I had a dream at 14 about Paris. How can I remember a dream about Paris that I had at 14? I so vividly remember this dream. And then there was me arriving in Paris. I was starting to make really good income with Juice Plus, and it was growing. I had a great team, international team. I had, sounds really tacky, I had an Aston Martin car. I don't give a shit about cars now, but, you know, when I was 30, it's like, hey, you got my Aston Martin car. And I was living in a cool apartment. Simon Boulder was living with me, right? He just moved. So he moved in, and we were there in Paris together. And I truly did take a step back and go, my God, look at this, all of these goals. But I didn't do it enough on the way there. But anyway, that's kind of a little bit what I didn't do. But when I did it, and I was, as a single person, that was the outstanding best year of my life. It was amazing. I was super fit. I was running every day, gym every day, best shape ever, best shape of my life, feeling great about the business, excited, telling people, come and join me on this journey. It's amazing, you know. So that was, yeah. So anyway, I kind of answered you. I'm not. I mean, I'm going very upright.
We'll have to do a call one day, yourself and Simon, and we can like look at some photos and and footage of that time as well.
I think we're on a stage together in, I think we're doing a stage slot very short in Brighton, actually. We're going to do a little. We did one for John, actually, which was, it was a real good laugh. John was the interviewer, and me and Simon, when we were down in Liverpool last year, it was a lot of fun. So we're going to do that one again.
I love that. I love that. And then probably the last question, if that's okay, Shay, what would you like your legacy to be with Juice Plus?
I mean, for me, it's helping people get healthy. That's really the bit that really excites me. Yeah, of course, I get motivated when people have that free life and seeing that. And I've helped a lot of people, and you get a lot of thanks from them saying, really, thank you very much. I mean, Dennis and Claudia regularly send me messages thanking for what I've done with them. So that's very satisfying, because we sort of speak regularly, weekly, several times a week, and he likes, to bounce off someone. So that's really satisfying. But really, the health thing is that's my big passion, is health, because we have a health crisis. People are eating just terrible food. It's just so bad with this sort of fast, easy, fast casual food that's just so bad. And, it's just huge. And, America, I saw a statistic yesterday, 73% of American adults are obese. It's coming this way too. 73% obese, that's crazy, right? How can that be? The average American eats 3,600 calories a day, and that's because of the food that you eat. You can eat it, you can just keep eating without feeling satisfied. So, this is coming to the UK. We're on that curve, we're going that way. So for us, it's a mission for all of us, is to help people be healthy. And our products are amazing. Our products are amazing. That's what we do. We help people get healthier at a nutritionally, at a molecular level. We're doing that. But also we have to tell people as well, it's no good eating juice, having all the Juice Plus products and then just having a load of rubbish on top. So you can do that. You can be having, some people think, oh, I'm on my Juice Plus, so I can have all this other rubbish over here. No, you can't. It's a whole picture. And so that's the bit I love doing, and that's what I want to keep on doing. I think that's what we should all do. Have that in your mind, because when you have a tough day, I'm helping people get healthy. I'm helping people live their better life. So that's it, I guess.
You know what? I did think of one other thing, if you don't mind, guys, because we don't get you on the call every time. So, I want to make the most of this opportunity. Yeah. If someone is sitting there, obviously people's businesses up and down, it's been a tough year. Things have come, gone, etc., etc. If someone is sitting on this call and you were to be in their lounge room or in their head and you wanted to give them a bit of a slap because you know what is coming, what would you say to that person who might be feeling a little bit like lethargic about it? And
two things. I would just restart your health journey. Just start it today and sit and plan. Write it down what your health journey is. So get yourself on a health reboot. And the health reboot, just being your best self. That's all that is. So get yourself on a health reboot. I've come to Brighton. Without question, come to Brighton. You've got to come to Brighton, because we can't transfer our energy into you over a screen. You can get a bit of it, but you're getting 30%. Brighton will do it for you. We'll get you back on track, bring the magic back. And if you can do even one better than that, bring one or two people that are not even in the business. So they're not in the business now. That would be a great goal for you to have. So who can I bring that's not in the business now with me? But also start phoning your group and getting them focused for Brighton. It's the best advice I can give you. That will sort everything out. Get yourself on your health journey, get to Brighton, drag your people there, work out. I just tell everyone, do a classic sales management role with your team, even if it's just one person. You're coming to Brighton, we're going together, we're going to share a room. Who are you going to bring? Who's coming with you? Let's get a plan together, because if you go there just yourself, you're going to be excited again, and then you're suddenly like, oh, I wish I brought blah, blah, blah with me. So just focus on getting them there, because they'll have a good time, they'll have fun. Even if they don't do the business, I've brought people to events that haven't done the business in the end, but they've had a good time. That's probably it. That's probably it. Yeah, Brighton is it, and that will sort it.
Oh, I love it. It keeps it so simple. So guys, please give it up for Shay in the chat. And I look forward to meeting you in person in Brighton, Shay. Thank you so much for your time. It's absolutely incredible training, and I think the best is yet to come. And we so appreciate you for getting on this call and just giving us an insight, but also some training and some tips on how we can move forward and how we can restart if we need to. You know, we're always one step away from restarting. So thank you so much, everybody. Give it up for Shay in the call. Absolutely mind-blowing. And thank you so much, guys, for staying on. I told you it would be worth it. And I really appreciate it. But just before I go, we do have some huge events coming up. So I just want to get some dates in your diary. So if you could just write these down. John is going to be putting all of the links, the flyers, etc. in various groups. So you'll be able to get that. But we have Thirsty Thursday, a success social in London on the 26th of October. And that is going to set us up, connect, have fun, collaborate before we head to Brighton. Then obviously we have got the huge Brighton convention. You have to go, as Shay said, get someone, get them there, help them, get in the train, you know, get a train with them, do whatever it takes to get someone to Brighton or multiple people to Brighton. Then we have Tenerife. Who doesn't love summer sun? I mean, winter sun. I know I do. Tenerife's taking place on the 24th to the 25th of November. Some people are going over a day before, some people are staying a day later, but the main event is taking place on the 24th and the 25th of November. Boat trips, success training under the stars. You're going to get content, you're going to get connection. Then who else loves Christmas? I love Christmas, surprise, surprise. And we have got an incredible event to round off the year. December the 2nd in London again, Hammersmith, right near head office. We have got a fantastic lineup. So we're going to have training during the day. It's going to be called Slay and Play, because we are going to slay the day. We are going to have top leaders sharing tips, how you can set yourself up for success in 2024. And then we are going to have a Christmas party in the evening. And we want this to be a big, proper party, a Christmas party. And rumor might have it that I might be having a certain person with a big beard join my team before then. So who knows? The big man himself might be in attendance at our Christmas party. That's the aim. And then we have got the event of 2024, because 2024 is going to be big. It is, I can feel it. In Bolton, 20th of January, On Fire. And I don't know about you, my favorite event of the year. And it's the first one of the year. So 20th of January in Bolton, the On Fire event. So guys, come on. If you're not excited, get excited. We have got so much coming up. Throw yourself in, put it in your diary, make whatever plans you've got to make with people, and just put yourself first. I know it's not easy to sometimes put yourself first, but really, if you want to go next level, throw yourself into the community. You're going to get so much out of it. So I look forward to seeing you all at all of those things. James, thank you so much for having me host this part of the call. And yeah, if you want to sum it up and wrap it up, that's brilliant.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, look, amazing call. I mean, look, I've written reams and reams of notes. You know, this is the best of the best. There's no question. I mean, you know, the life advice just on its own is like university level of life. And it's the degree, master degree level of life coaching that we're getting here on these calls. But the skills that we're learning and the energy that we're picking up from how we can be successful with Juice Plus is absolutely unmatched. And it's all here for us. So, you know, I mean, I can't thank Shay enough for coming on, you know, always available, even though he's massively busy with so many different things going on. Incredible. There's no one better than Shay in terms of network marketing, in terms of knowledge and expertise. I would say in the world, There's no one better or bigger or who's got a better grasp of network marketing in combination with wider business experience. Absolutely incredible. So we have the best possible person with us now, and I've been dreaming of Shay coming back for years, and now he's back. So, and when he talks about things getting right, and when he talks about things getting in place, we are talking about serious progress now. I mean, when Shay says something is right, it is spot on. It's spot on. And he's not just talking from Juice Plus experience, he's talking about his life experience working high level, with really, really top companies. So thank you, Shay. Thank you, Emma, for coming on for your birthday. Unbelievable that she came on for her birthday. Thank you, Finn, for coming on from Germany. I mean, wow, what a guy. And his energy and his sense of excitement is just so great. Thank you for Natalie for coming on as well. Thank you for Rhiannon coming on as well. Thank you for Sue. Thank you for all the speakers that have come on, the people that have come on who were so nervous to come on in between they came on. And then finally, everyone, thank you to you. Thank you for you coming on this morning. You took, you played a winning hand by coming on today. So we'll get the recording out and we'll see you in Brighton. And thank you, Erin, for your amazing energy, for your amazing leadership in London. We couldn't do it. Well, London would be nothing without you at the moment. So we're so grateful. So everybody, we'll see you soon. Have a fantastic day and we'll see you in Brighton. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
We've got
Thank
this.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.